Guys, welcome back to another stream. Hope everybody's having a good day. We got some more weird stuff to talk about today with the option chain. Stonko trackers freaking out. So it could be a glitch that we're seeing now. We're going to have to do some counting on the options chain, I guess. Oops. We've got SPY coming up decently in the pre-market, up 0.24%. Maybe those YOLO SPY calls will hit, but NVIDIA is going nuts. GME is up 0.13. AMC is up 0.1% right now. How's everybody doing today? Everybody doing all right? Bright and early. Call options for January suddenly returned. Yes, on Stonko Tracker, but we're going to have to take a look and see exactly what happened. All right, people. Let's see here. So let's just take a quick look at Ortex before we start getting into this, because this is weird. I haven't seen that, the drop happen on the options chain. I mean, it did look different on AMC's actual chain. I might have to look at it, see what it says on my phone, but to see if it's going to update, but it's weird. Okay, so now when we're on Ortex, utilization 77.47, we have estimated short interest at 17%. Remember, in yesterday's video, we saw that we got the exchange reported short interest numbers yesterday. So the exchange reported on December 15th was 18.84%. Now, what was Ortex estimating around that date? Well, they were estimating 20% and then 19%. So they overestimated a little bit on what the actual short interest was. So this is not a cause for concern at all. It's just Ortex updating its numbers. Days to cover at 2.35, still pretty high. Average days on loan. What do we got there? It's bouncing back up a little bit, but not too much. And then let's take a look at Stonko Tracker, because this is weird. Yeah, check Stonko Tracker. January options chain looking dirty again. I know. So when we come over to Stonko Tracker right here, here's what we're looking at. 116,000 contracts in the money, 455,000 contracts out of the money. Now, here's the thing. Let me see if it changes on my phone, because sometimes the Webull option chain doesn't update enough on here until the market opens, and sometimes it doesn't even update. But let's look at what it says on here. Right now, there's not 100,000 contracts in the money. There's just not. What is this? 19,000 right here, 585. I mean, maybe we could get close, but I don't know. Let me look. Hold on. Let me take a look on the thing, because this is weird. Why are we seeing these glitches happen all of a sudden? Because one, we were looking at it, it's okay, well, the market makers, if they did that, it wasn't exercising. Because if it was exercising, we would have seen the price action, which we didn't see. And again, they wouldn't have the out of the money calls wouldn't have decreased that much. So hold on, let me look right here. So I've got it up on my phone. Let me compare it. 237, it's the same numbers. Okay, so 2,000, 3,000, 500, 8,000. Let's call that 9,000, 20,000, 45,000. Let's call this 47,000. Let's just call that 50,000, 56. 58. Let's call it 65. Let's call this 85, 90. I'm just estimating here what the open interest is. Yeah, okay. So there is a little bit over 100,000 contracts in the money right now. So it's right now. It's corrected back. 116,000 contracts in the money. It's still on. What is going on, people? What is this? This is crazy. Pico was in TMI's chat this morning. Just a heads up, he's out today. Yeah, that's fine. I don't give a shit about Pico. He can screw off. They will cover. So people are giving up. Yeah. You have put a lot of your eggs in the 122 basket. Is there anything else we can hang on to that we can see some light at the end of the tunnel? Yeah, I mean, there's other option chains that are going to do it, but so apparently the options are back. That's pretty crazy. Thoughts on BBIO? Not sure. I don't know. I'll take a look. NVIDIA is going to print for us, I think. BBIO, Bridge Biopharma, up 6% in the pre-market. What do they do? Genetic diseases. Interesting. That could be a good one. Is there any news on this thing? Rebounds despite bearish analysts. Okay, so it's just a rebound on what they that. Oh my God, tanked 71%. Now it's up 6%. I don't know about that one. Let's see here. I was just coming over to tell you it was watching TMI. Oh, thank you, Justin. What's up, people? Let's see. Yeah, also, if you guys don't mind for everybody filtering in, just dropping some likes on the stream. It just helps out with the algorithm early. So thank you guys so much for showing all that support on the channel recently. It helps out a whole lot. So let's see here. The option chain is back to being dirty. Yep, I guess so. Hold on, let me send out a tweet. Hold on. Oh, I got a lot of stuff to talk about today. We are gonna have some fun. Ah, ah. I can't even type this morning. Maybe it's because I'm a little bit tired, a little bit sleepy, but we're gonna go for it. All right, here we go. Hold on, I'm tweeting this out. Everybody, make sure you go like this. Tweet 3, 2, 1, go. All right, everybody, how are we feeling? We doing all right? Good morning, SB. The option chain is back. Yeah, man, it's weird. Why is the short interest not going up? Because it has been trending up. Like when you look at the exchange reported numbers, it went from 16 to 18. Like that's a big jump. Days to cover did come down though because the volume did increase during this time period. But again, it's nothing really to be all that crazy about, like worried about, because they just overestimated it again. So right now the estimate is 87 million shares. But the shares short as of December 15th was 96 million shares. But again, this is just the bare baseline minimum of what's actually out there. We know that they're hiding short interest in the options chain. Somebody was saying, like in one of my comment section yesterday, it's like there's no way to say that the short interest is getting hidden in the options chain. It's like, well, we've gone over these SEC reports so many times on how they do it, and we see those types of trades happening on AMC. So what is there to say there? The Matrix was really good. I think some people didn't understand it. Interesting. SV, what happened with those January calls? I don't know. They just came back. It could have been a Stonko tracker glitch. Because when I looked at the option chain yesterday on Webull, it looked like there was less of them. I mean, the 145s didn't change, but overall, it did look like there were slightly less of them. What's up there, buddy boy? What's up, Phil? How you doing? Wait, Ortex didn't adjust their models? They did. Because the numbers came out yesterday. So that's when they would adjust their models. Because they didn't have the numbers yet. The numbers got released yesterday, so they have to adjust their model. When we see them underestimate, that's when we see the short interest randomly just pop. But we've seen a couple of overestimations. Now, it makes sense to overestimate a little bit just due to all of the crazy downward price movements that we've had on AMC. Like, it makes a lot of sense. All right, here we go. What's NVIDIA doing? I want this thing to go nuclear so we can print. The Matrix. People got a lot of mixed opinions on the Matrix. A lot of mixed opinions going on the Matrix now. All right. Let's see. Just not mind-blowing. Interesting. Okay, let me see. I got some things to talk about. What is it? Yes. So we have to go over the difference between gamma and a short squeeze. And I want you guys to think about it in a certain way. Gamma squeezes, when you think about the amount of shares that these institutions have to buy, it's not that like it's like 10 million shares is a lot, but it's not that much in terms of like the potential volume that we see on AMC every day. But here's what a gamma squeeze does do. When we get into that positive feedback loop of market makers buying, people start to buy too, maybe some shorts start to cover, and then the price starts to go up, sending more contracts in the money. I want you to think about it like a sink. Now, let's just say the sink has a certain amount of water that it can put out into whatever the sink is. Like the faucet comes out into the sink, and there's only a certain amount of water you can put in. For a short squeeze, what happens is they turn on the sink to maximum. So it comes out as fast as it can. So all of the water comes out super quick. And it fills it and gets rid of the water very, very quickly. With a gamma squeeze, it's a little bit different. So what it essentially does is it turns on that water, but it creates a slow stream of water. So it creates like that slow backdrop of buying volume coming into the stock, which is good. Because if they're going to try to hit it with sell orders, like, yeah, they're going to push it down a little bit, sometimes intraday, but we're always like when we're like gamma squeezing and we have all of those contracts running in the money. And there's a lot of that delta hedging going on where they have to buy shares on the open market to hedge those contracts or by offsetting contracts, which they've done, which it looked like they did yesterday, but apparently now the data has changed. So when that happens, we essentially just have that nice backdrop of buying pressure. So it keeps us at a nice range. Now, if there's not enough like shorting or selling to go on to really counteract that slow, steady buying pressure that the gamma potential is going to give us and the delta hedging, well, then we're going to start to go up. We're going to see more FOMO. We're going to see a little bit more shorts covering. And that's essentially what's going to happen. But as we saw in September, in August and September's gamma squeeze, we started up quick. And then the shorts and the sellers really came in and hit it hard. And at that point, there were no more contracts running in the money. So there wasn't any more buying pressure from the market makers. You see what I'm saying? So you got to think about it like a sink. There's like a certain amount of water that can come out of the sink, and a gamma squeeze just turns it on slowly. So there's that steady stream. But the short squeeze is going to be like all out, like crazy, however high, like the highest water pressure possible, but it's in bursts. Do you see the AMC option change for January in the money calls changed again? Yeah, the out of the money calls changed again too. So we're back to normal. Like this is honestly like here's the thing. Either way, in my mind, if they did what they looked like they did on that option chain by buying to close a lot of those contracts and rolling them out, it made a lot of sense around the timing. Because here's why: when you see like when you watch these option chains so much, you know them very well. You're like, okay, this is what's going to happen. You know how they hide options in the options chain. You know there's these deep in the money calls out of there that they're using to hide short interest. And so yesterday was the first day that we saw strikes on AMC on these dates right here, February, March, and June go below 20. So when you see a lot of that weird stuff start to happen where potentially they're trying to roll out a lot of these contracts, it makes a lot of sense that they're trying to buy to close a lot of them. Again, even if they were buying to close a lot of these contracts, I've been saying for a while, if I was a market maker, I'd be terrified of this options chain. Not necessarily because of the amount of contracts, because of the price of the contracts and what could happen to the value of those contracts if we were to see a big run up. I think they just glitched it to try to scare apes to make them sell. Well, at the end of the day, I don't think it's bear. I still don't think it's bearish if they did that. I don't think it's a bearish move at all because here's the thing that people don't realize, and that you have to really, really know like how market makers and options work in order to like look at this. If they did that, which is so possible that they did, it could still go back down. We don't know. Like this could be glitching again. If they did that and they tried to basically limit the exposure on gamma, it doesn't matter because here's the thing. If retail investors and institutions decide to buy more calls, they have to sell it to you. That's their job. Their job is to provide that liquidity to markets, the options market, the derivatives market, and shares. But if you want to buy a contract, they have to sell it to you. So even if they wanted to buy to close a lot of those contracts, it doesn't matter because even if we were down at that 200,000 contract out of the money range, it could still shoot up over the next week because when apes and everybody want to buy contracts, well, the market maker has to sell it to you and then they hedge it. So it wouldn't have mattered. Maybe we wouldn't have been, maybe we would have gotten back to this 455,000, but we'd be in the same position that we are now. So they'd be equally as screwed. But now with this, it's like, okay, well, maybe they didn't do that. Maybe they're still messing around doing something. But at the end of the day, like it wasn't a bearish thing in my mind. It just kind of showed us like they made a move. That was really it. Like in my mind, it was like, okay, they made a move to really try and limit their risk, but it doesn't matter because that risk can come back at any time because they have to sell you those contracts. You think that made more people buy contracts on that date and put the info back? It could have. Well, it might have, but they don't hedge the weeklies. Well, that's a silly comment. If they run in the money, yes, they do. And we're not talking about the weeklies here. They'll hedge some of them. They won't hedge all of them. They'll just delta hedge. They'll just become directionally neutral because they don't want to have any directional exposure. especially on a stock like AMC or GameStop when all of a sudden it could just go boom and then they're on the hook. They're like, "Oh, how much did we lose just now?" Billions, because they're selling so many options. Since hedgies know about this, wouldn't it be better if we caught them by surprise in a squeeze play to force them out quick? It depends. Like gamma squeezes and ho fuzzy. What's up, man? Good to see you back in here. How you doing? There's another 100K options between where we are and 40 for 121. Well, that's big. Yeah, because there's 50,000 at 40, right? 57,000 at 40. I mean, guys, I've been talking about this January option chain. If you guys have been paying attention to anything I've been saying for forever, like I've been talking about this chain for there's a gamma ramp. If we start to run, it's gonna get interesting. And we have that inverse head and shoulders. It's looking decent, especially with the overall market. Let's see what happens. Like typically, like what we've seen in the past is it happens 2 weeks before. And then everybody like here's the thing. Then here's what happens. So I've seen a lot of people say, "Oh my God, you've been talking about how the gamma in September and it didn't happen." Yes, it did. It just happened before. Like when we go back to the 6 month chart, look what happened. This where is it? It's this move right here, 28.57 in the beginning of what do you call it? August. And then we have this day right here at the end of August. It booms and then it runs all the way into this September date. That's gamma squeeze. That's what we saw there. Then it started to sell off without that buying pressure. The contracts expired. That's exactly what happened. Options chain back to normal. It is. It's very weird. So I don't know. I mean, we're still in the same spot. Either way, in my mind, this is what I want everybody to understand. Like, you can interpret them trying to buy to close those contracts as limiting their exposure. And we could have had, like, if the contracts were like that low in terms of open interest, it would have been like, oh, that stinks. In my mind, I was kind of thinking about this last night. They just kind of basically just said, like, if it happened, they basically just came out and were like, fuck you, is essentially what they did. But they didn't. Like, apparently that didn't happen. So, I don't know. There's still a lot of open exposure out there. If they haven't hedged them yet, they're kind of screwed because it's gonna go. But they didn't, I guess. Like, imagine that. Like, imagine if I was like Ken Griffin market making at Citadel and I saw all of these contracts out there. And I was like, I don't want to have this exposure anymore. We know that these people have been saying stuff to me. I would just buy to close all of them and be like, yeah, screw you. But they didn't. So we're back to normal. We're up 0.17% in the pre-market. Honestly, what we're looking at right now, I'm still going to give my little projection out that these out of the money contracts. I mean, I should really go by the total amount of contracts that are going to be on this chain, because if we start to run, the in the monies are going to increase and the out of the monies could decrease. But let's say right now we've got about 550,000 contracts total on the call side. I would not be surprised if that got up to 650 or 700,000 contracts total on this options chain for January. And the thing about January that I want people to understand is FTD's on the horizon. Yeah, it could be. The thing about January is, look at this. For those of you guys who were around for the June run up, which I know a lot of you were, how much, I mean, these are cheap now, but they weren't before. These were a lot more expensive. The furthest out of the money strike for June was about 8 cents for the 40. The June 18th 40 was about 8 cents. Now it's about double. So it used to be 4x. So the across the chain, the market makers were about 4 times as exposed on the option chain. Now it's a little bit less. I mean, there's more strikes. There's going to be more open interest, more concentrated spots. But again, even with this, they're double exposed. So let's see here. So remember, there was like 240,000 contracts at 140 at 40 for June, and they were cost 8 cents. Well, there's 176,000, but they cost 18 cents here. So again, the exposure is more. They're more exposed on a dollar amount, because what they can do is, in order for them to get out of these positions, sometimes they can just buy to close them. That's what we were talking about yesterday. Like, think about if you're a market maker, you're technically, when you sell options, you're especially on a new chain, you're selling stuff that doesn't exist. So when you sell them, let's just say you sell one contract that's -1. Let's just say the count goes to -1. on your end in the actual exposure, but the open interest is going to be one because there's one new created contract. One person holds it, one person sold it. There's one new contract out there. Well, in order to close out that contract, the market maker would just have to go out in the open market and buy that contract back. So then it goes back to zero. So no contract anymore. So that's what looked like was happening. It wasn't exercising. Hello, STV. Just another day in paradise. Champagne and pot noodles. Let's go. That's interesting. Thoughts on what's going on behind the scenes for Hedgie short this thing? What do you think their plan is? Here's what I honestly think their plan is. I mean, I've known people like this forever. Like the type of people that work in this type of industry, their mindset, how they operate, um, like even how their kids function and how they operate and how they're going to go into this industry. Here's how they think. They think that they know everything. That whatever they've done in their career, they have this overinflated sense of confidence and entitlement to just kind of everything. So when they're entering trades like this and they look at numbers and they think that their calculations, their proprietary methods on how they're projecting these cash flows are correct, they're not going to change. So they're very stubborn people. So what essentially they're going to do is stay in the position as long as they can until there is irrefutable evidence that they're wrong. And here's the thing, even if they are proven wrong, they may not even do anything out of pride and ego that they don't want to lose to somebody that they deem as inferior to them. And that's what we're seeing. They look at retail investors and people that aren't in the financial industry as inferior in every aspect. Just for whatever reason, just how they think. They're gonna be like, this is like if you talk to somebody who's like just getting into finance and like starts to learn things and you try to like ask them what they're doing, they're gonna have this like there's like a gatekeeping type of thing where like people are gonna be like, oh, you don't know this? Like, how do you not know this? Like, why? How do you not know this? This is so simple, but like it's not. Like people are learning. It's like that type of thing. So these people are gonna be they're not gonna just let it go. They're gonna be like, "No, screw you. Our numbers say what our numbers say. We're gonna stay in until we're completely proven wrong." And that's gonna be their downfall. And that's why the potential for this is gonna be so great because there's these people who sit there and again, there's not gonna just be like one person who's like on AMC all day. Like there's gonna be like different groups, especially at hedge funds, it's by industry. So what happens is that these funds, here's what they do. So at any investment fund, like a hedge fund, you'll have like an industry. So you'll have like an industry expert. So this industry expert will like look at the trends. They'll look at different companies. They'll know what's going on in these different industries. It might be consumer something or like something crazy. So they have their own specific industry that they operate in and they know that industry down. They know it. They know the cash flows. They know the products, the supply chain, everything about how that business works. And they make their investment decisions based off that. So yeah, there's going to be like a couple of people or a group assigned to this industry. But it's not going to just be like one person staring at the AMC chart all day. Like there's going to be a decision maker, the traders make the trade, and then the traders just kind of do their thing all day. CDC lowered the quarantine to 5 days. That sounds weird. But pride, ego, and narcissism aside, AMC is growing. Short thesis isn't the same. I think they can't exit. No. So here's what they do. They're gonna still say that here's how I view this. And I think this is pretty like a logical way to think about it. Because like I'm a finance major. Like they teach me this stuff. Like I know how to value companies if I needed to. Like you're going to use the weighted average cost of capital as the discount rate. You're going to find a growth rate for the cash flows, figure out a terminal value, and then discount the cash flows back to the present date to find out what the quote fair value, fundamental value is of the company right now. You can do it a variety of different ways. And we've talked about this a couple of times, but in my mind, there's no way to accurately project AMC's cash flows right now. because they're not the same company. They're just not. And you don't know what they're going to do in the future. There's AMC is a wild card. So when people compare AMC to Cinemark, it doesn't make any sense. There's 0 sense. You can't do it. When next desk crash? I don't know. So like you can't compare Cinemark and AMC because one, AMC has popcorn and they're getting into the crypto space and they're acquiring new theaters. So there's no way to accurately project those cash flows. Like you can do it, but it's not going to be accurate. It has to be you have to take it with a grain of salt. Like, well, that's why when we talked about this yesterday, I said what you should do is when you have that little Excel box that says this is what the cash flow, the discounted cash flow analysis say for AMC in that box, it should just say higher than whatever it is right now. Because you can't, or like we don't know, like because you don't know. There's no way to fairly value this thing, especially in the current marketplace. Since Adam Aaron sold, it's going down, down, down. I think that's a silly argument. Elon has sold a boatload of shares, and that has not changed anything about Tesla. So many other CEOs sell shares at the end of the year in bigger ways as like a basically tax harvesting. And again, he's provided us a reason for it. We know he's probably I think it's 144. I think that's what it's called. This is what I was told it might be. What is 144? 144 restricted. Selling, let's see, Rule 144. When you acquire restricted securities or hold controlled securities, you must find an exemption form from SEC's registration to sell them in public marketplace. Yeah, maybe that's not it, but that plays into it. The amount of shares AA sold are a drop in the wall. Exactly. Hit the like, guys. Get more people in here so we can get the latest Ortex figures, please. STV. Yeah, if you guys don't mind just dropping some likes on the stream, let's do Ortex quick. All right. I think we're going to have to say this a lot today, which is fine. I mean, I don't want anybody to freak out about the Ortex numbers because I don't see this as a big deal. If there is something that comes out that's a big deal, I mean, obviously I'll tell you. But again, they just overestimated the short interest a little bit. We have 17.09% estimated, utilization 77%, cost to borrow 1.56 across the board, meaning that there's been only one loan that's gone out today. So 18,600 shares have gone out on loan today in pretty much one block. Did AA sell 90%? Nope. Thoughts on SPY 07 to 09 following the Spain pattern the SPY is in now? Lots of fun today? Yeah. Did they teach about short squeezes in finance? No, they don't teach me anything. That's why when I say that the finance major is useless, this is why. AMC, perfect example. How are you going to get a fair value of a company off of these stupid here's the other thing. Everybody used to try to like get Bloomberg certified and try to do all of these things and learn about like certain types of analysis for the stock market. And all I would say is like I feel like I learned that because I've been learning about the markets and stuff since I was like 14. So all I would say is like, guys, you have to, this is kind of with anything in life. You have to have some sort of edge. You have to have some sort of thing that makes you different from other people at what you do. So what people were trying to do was learn the methods that like everybody knows how to value companies. It's like, okay, DCF, yeah, some easy technical analysis, RSI, MACD, and all that type of stuff, but everybody knows that. Everybody know. So, and again, same thing with the market. The algos know. So you have to find something that's going to set you apart from others at what you're doing in order to be successful at it. And the finance curriculum does not do that. If you go to Harvard, you could go to Stanford, you go to some community college, they're going to teach you a very similar finance curriculum. Let's see. What up, STV? What's up, M Creeks? How you doing? So many shills in the chat this morning. Oh, we got some shills. I like. Ooh, we got the mask gang coming in too, huh? Hillbilly, what's going on? We need buying pressure. I'm all out of money. Yeah, I mean. That is funny. That is funny. I just saw something funny. Do you think the squeeze will come this week? I mean, I don't think so. University is just to get a piece of paper to say you went through the motions. Yep, Pico is the ultimate shill, and he's out today. Good. I want him coming in here. I want Pico in here. Pico, if you're in here right now, buddy, and you hit that subscribe button, thank you for doing that to join the channel again. I would love to hear your thoughts on what's going on today. It's fine. You can come in here. It's perfectly fine. You will serve a purpose for a little while, and then I'll just probably ban you if you're going to be an a-hole for a while. But let's see here. Good morning, STV. What is up, Amanda? The best financial curriculum is being a drug dealer. I mean, honestly, sort of. Got 2K going towards AMC this morning. Bradley, there you go. I took some business courses in college that was paid for by the company I worked for. The thing I learned, if it's not your business, the course is pointless and you will not make a lot of money. Yeah, the other thing is the teachers that I respect the most are the ones that work at the same time. They're in their industry. I don't want to hear from somebody that's like just studied finance like in academia for a while. I don't care. I literally don't care what you have to say because you've never done anything. Keeping an eye on Vuzi. Yeah, oh, Nvidia, what you doing? SPY's coming down a little bit. Maybe we got some economic data. Hold on, let's take a look. Yeah, we did. Price index up 19. Jesus. All right, so we are getting some economic data here that is making the markets sell off a bit. Let's see what happens. AMI down 0.21. Nvidia still up 1%. GME down up 0.09. SPY is still up 0.13. Let's see what happens at the time of market open. We got about 29 minutes until that time. Let's have some fun, people, today. Vix, will we see YouTubers go all in on AMC? What do you mean? Well, what do you mean by that? What are your thoughts on Prague? I think it has potential. That's why I still have calls on it. I mean, they have a lot of time to expiration, so I don't really care how long. I mean, I have long calls on BBIG, Prague. How's Docu doing this morning? Ryan, Docu, what are we doing over here? What are we doing? Oh, shit. It's all right. All right. Let's see here. What's the price index saying? Housing is up like 20% year over year. So inflation. Yo, yo, yo. After lose pillow talk last night, just bought more shares before market. Would never recommend this. Price doesn't matter anymore. It's about how many IOU shares we own. Pay me, Kenny. Yeah. Why is Apple topping out today? What do you mean? We need that 61 break on. Oh, please tell me Pfizer's not going. No. No. Okay, yeah. I got out of my Pfizer calls because it was kind of pissing me off. And I threw it into some weekly Nvidias. So right now, those are probably going to do all right with Nvidia selling off right now. I don't know. I'm probably going to hold those for a while. Remember, I also got some YOLO spies that expire tomorrow. Let's see what happens. But let's see. Doc, you doing me dirty like Pfizer? Yeah. YouTubers, not followers, will go all in on AMC like June. Oh, you mean like other YouTubers hopping on the AMC train? Is that what you mean? Or like us throwing our entire bank account at AMC? Here's the thing. I'm not gonna do that. I mean, people may not like that I'll say that, but I'm not throwing my entire bank. It could be the most guaranteed play ever. Here's the thing you have to think about. With an investment that offers a really high yield, it always comes with a higher degree of risk. So I'm going to put in what I'm willing to lose, which I think everybody should do. I don't want anybody to like put too much in. So then they're looking at the chart all day and they get stressed out. I don't want that. I want everybody to be comfortable, having a fun time. They're like, this is the amount of money that's in there. Perfectly fine with this amount. And I'm good to go. Like, I'm not going to take my entire bank account and just be like, AMC, I can't do it. In my mind, I'm not that much of a gambler. It doesn't mean that I don't have faith in it at all. It's just, I'm going to put in an amount of money that I'm willing to lose. Like, I mean, still, even with that being said, the amount of money that I put on AMC is probably like 10 to 20 times more than I've ever put on anything. That's how much faith I have in it. AMC is my bank account. There you go. 70% of my portfolio is AMC. The rest is GME Prague. Oh, I would say, like, basically 100% of my portfolio is, like or, like, maybe I don't know, I've got some GME kicking around too. And then I have my, like, other account that's got, like, AMD and stuff, but I don't touch that. But, like, everything else is just, like, AMC and GME and some, like, random options place, but it's all AMC and GME. That was a little boom boom candle here. Little bit, little bit. We're down 0.21 in the pre-market here. Gotta risk it for the biscuit. No sell, no sell. I'll ride this to zero. There you go, Nathan. Let's say I bought $100 million worth of stocks as fast as I could. Process these orders at open today. I don't think the price would move that much. Hedges use foul play. I disagree. Um, Trey's mustache. I am 99% AMC, $500,000. Whew. There you go, buddy. Oh yeah, I do know that. So let's see. Let's see if we can get you back. Trey's mustache. What's your average? Isn't it like 35 or something like that? Something around there. I'm a trading Viking now. Find my spot, take my chances, and plunder the market. Kenny made me do it. There you go. All of my extra money from 8-month deployment is in AMC, in it to win it. There you go. YOLO, all your college savings to a weekly call. Shimu, no, I will not be doing such a thing. Let's see what's going on over here. At this point, daily price action doesn't matter. I would have to agree with that. That's why when yesterday we saw that big drop in the morning, it was like, guys, relax, it's fine. And then we ended up finishing green on the day. Like, it's fine. We're going to see volatile price movements. If we see that today at market open and we tank, don't freak out. There's no reason to. Who is calling me right now? Is this Lex? Lex, I can't talk right now. I'm doing hot girl shit. All right. Amy is at 2863. Spy's up a little bit. I don't know. I want Nvidia to go nuclear today so I can make a little bit of money. Oh no, I don't want you to do that, STV. It's just funny people have done that. It's crazy. It's awesome when it hits for people. When it hits for people, it's awesome. You make a bunch of money, but you don't ever do that again. You win once, you stop. It's like throwing all your net worth on black on roulette. It's like, okay, you might hit it once, but don't ever do that again. In my small group of friends and fam, we own 240,000 shares. Jesus. I think we underestimate how much of the float we own. That's crazy. That is nuts. This is not normal fundamental play like a blue chip. Okay, fair. I will no matter unless we go to like 100 or something crazy, like not I mean that's not crazy, but unless we start to like hang out at those levels, I will always like keep pushing home the fundamentals of AMC. Because here's the thing, the short thesis is based on the fundamentals, and if the company can make that thesis no longer valid, well, then they have a fiduciary responsibility to get out. They have like a responsibility to their clients to not do that. SPY is coming down in the pre-market here. CDC says Omicron variant represents 58.6% of total pandemic cases in the US as of December 25th. Isn't that bullish? Because it's like not as bad. I feel like that's bullish, right? Ultra low volume. So on Webull, we got like 78,000 in volume. Interesting. So it's probably double. So it's probably like, I don't know, 200,000 is showing up on TD or NASDAQ. 185 likes with 600 people. Let's short squeeze his likes, says Kenny's handcuffs. Thank you. I appreciate it. Negative beta today of market tanks. No, negative beta is just, here's the thing. Negative beta isn't like some marker on a stock that once it hits negative beta, it's always going to react like that. It's just a correlation of what's happened in the past. Remember, Tony, when we did our stream together on that one Sunday, he kind of confirmed one of the things that I was talking about. Like, he did the beta analysis. It's not that hard. You just download the data. And it probably would take 20 minutes to do it. We could do it on the stream today if we really wanted to. But if you take out those 2 days or a couple of days where AMC went nuclear, well, the SPY was down on those days. Or I believe the SPY was down on 1 or 2 of those days. So that's going to really mess with the data, because you're going to see AMC up like, I don't know, 70%, but the SPY's down like a couple percent, like maybe 1%. So when that happens, it's like, oh, it's going to massively impact the numbers. If you take those numbers out, the 1-year beta is actually positive. And again, the 5-year beta on AMC is positive. The 1-year beta is negative. So on a longer time frame, it is positive. What month do most of the apes get less tax? Probably, honestly, January and June. Because you have to think about when the buying volume comes back in, like, the big chunks of buying volume coming in, it's probably January and June because it's gonna be FIFO most likely, but I believe you can change it on your broker, which is interesting. But, yeah, let's see. News is called the news because information is meant to come from all points. Yeah, I mean, the news sources that we have today are shit. Started buying at the end of April, have a long way to go for long-term capital gains. Yeah, but you started buying in April. So it's not gonna be your whole position. All right. Everything's kind of selling into market open now. Very interesting. So let's see what that economic data really was. Oh, hold on. We got oh yeah, M Kriegs. I got the daily brief from you. Let's see. Supported by the CDC confirming decision to shorten the recommended isolation time. I feel like that's bullish. Evergrande pledged to accelerate deliveries of completed properties. That's hilarious. The developer is facing another bond payment deadline today. Okay, so we'll see Evergrande stuff today. In my opinion, Evergrande priced in perfectly fine, taken care of already by markets. I don't think Evergrande's going to be that wild. AMC bounce that open? Yeah, it could. It also could just continue to sell off before we find our level. If the market sells off today, I mean, we'll probably come down a little. I mean, or we could just rip. We've seen the market come down and AMC go up. We've also seen the market go down a little bit and AMC goes down like 15%. Like, I don't know what we're going to see. I mean, we have that inverse head and shoulders that we're looking at right here. Right here. So we could end up starting to go up here soon. But let's see. Nothing that used to be bullish seems to be bullish anymore. Yeah, the economic data has been playing a decent role in what we've seen in price action recently. So let's see. Do you think we could ever get to 100,000 per share? Interesting question. So we went over this yesterday. Theoretically, in theory, yes. In reality, you would need people to never sell. Is that going to happen? I don't know. The thing is that here's the thing, when you compare it to like cryptos and stuff, well, crypto has like that staking mechanism where you can essentially lock up your coins or tokens. So when that happens, like, well, you take out some of the demand. You can also burn coins or tokens. So you can decrease the supply. The stock market doesn't have that. So it doesn't protect against paper hands at all. So in order for it to happen, you would need nobody to sell, essentially. Is that going to happen? I don't think so. But we still could get to crazy high levels. What? I don't know. The drop from 40s was sickening. I prefer to hang and have dips at higher levels. It is what it is until January. Yeah. Yeah. It's all supply and demand. That's literally all it is, James. Nobody can come out and say that it's like very possible and it will happen. You can't do it. It's impossible, and it's I think it's misleading. I think it's good for people to like think about the potential of the situation, but when you think about those prices, it's like, one, you never seen that before. I mean, just because you haven't seen anything before, it doesn't mean that it can't happen. um Here's the other thing that we would have to know for a fact in order to be like, yeah, I could definitely go there. The amount of naked shorting or synthetic shorts out in the market. We don't know that number. No idea. So if we like GME when it had a short interest of like 140%, I think we saw numbers of like 200% too, that he has been compromised. Who's been compromised? When we saw that those numbers on GME, like if nobody sold, yeah, it's going to crazy numbers. And do I think the short interest is so much higher than the reported numbers are showing? Absolutely. And it's not, here's the thing, like when I talk about like the theory stuff, well, it's based on SEC reports on how they do it. So then when you see how they do it, and then you look and you see the unusual whales trades come in, you're like, oh, they're just hiding short interest right now. Rico is telling people to sell low and all at once. I don't think he would do that. And I think that's probably one of those things that is getting misconstrued. across the board on a lot of different things. So it's just like the don't buy AMC type of thing. It's like, well, the actual message is buy, lit, exchange, but everybody was saying don't buy. It's something similar like that. I mean, I like Rico and what he does, the Wyckoff theory, and I think he's a good dude. So I mean, I like what he offers to the community. So I think that's getting misconstrued over there. Yeah, Rico didn't. I don't. Yeah, I like the guy. So never talked to him, but I like the dude and what he offers to the community. So I mean, lots of bots are saying to sell. Yes. Oh, shills, perfect. I love them. Come on, bring me more shills. Here we go. Let's see. Yeah. Also, if you guys don't mind, just dropping some likes on the stream just helps out with the algo going into the market today. Let's see here. Dun dun dun. All right, everybody. Let's have some fun, huh? You can think all you want. It's out there. All right. It's not what he said. Yeah, I don't think that's what he said either. Said that he doesn't think it would hit 100K, not to sell cheap. Yeah, I mean, guys, at the end of the day, you're like we said yesterday, we are going to get to the point where it's going to be every man for themselves. Yeah, we're a community. Yeah, we're fighting against market manipulation, but it's gonna get to a point where we're seeing volatile price action, where it's gonna be every man for themselves. The thing that I foresee happening is that we're going to get to decently high price levels and people are going to be like, I got out. And then it's going to cause a lot of division. It's like, don't do that. I want to get ahead of this. Do not, it's not your money. If somebody else decides to do something with their money, it's not yours. They can do whatever they want. Like if somebody decides to sell at 100, like I've talked to people like this that have giant positions and they're like, yeah, man, like if I hit this, I can do this, this, and this. And like I think I can like do really well with it, like this money going forward. And I'm like, do it. Like, what are you doing? We're all here to make what we all deem ourselves as life-changing money or some sort of money. It's like, do what you have to do. It's all up to you. If you came out to me today and said, if we hit 200, I'm selling, I'd be like, good for you. You're going to make a bunch of money and you did what you need to do. The only thing I would say is never look at the AMC chart again. That's what I would say. Because for these people that get out maybe early, let's say here early, quote early, what's going to happen potentially is that people are going to look at the chart and chase it. Don't do that. Once you make your decision, it's locked and loaded. Do not change it. That is the one thing I will say. Once you make that decision, never look at it again. You can look at the company. You can wait until it all plays out to get back in. But if you make a big chunk of money, do not chase it. You rode the ride. Do not get hit by the roller coaster coming back in your direction. Do not do that. Oh man, that would hurt. I would if we hit crazy numbers and then it starts coming down and then it starts coming back up and then it starts really coming down and people were buying back in, that would hurt. If you make your money, you're done. Don't chase it. You get one shot at it. You can sell in increments, but once that position is gone, don't chase. That's like the main thing. Do not chase. Yesterday's video, insane info, man. Thank you, Flex Detail. I think that I really thought that yesterday's video was a solid one, but here's the thing: the option chain is back to normal today. They've glitched it back up, so that's kind of what we're dealing with. This whole thing of like sourcing information and data. We do the best that we can to explain exactly what's going on from the data that we see, and explain what happened, like what the implications and why the data moves this way. But at the end of the day, like sometimes the data just screws with you. AMC's estimated short interest right now, 17.09%. Again, we've only seen one loan go out, 17.09. I think I said that right. Everything's kind of moving up a little bit now in the pre-market, looking decent. We've got about 12 minutes to go, people. Here we go. In other words, don't paper hand or you will regret it, even if you make big money. That's not really the message. It's if you get out, just you're done. Just don't do it. Don't come back. Like seriously, you can come out, hang out with us all the time if you like my streams, hanging out, watching it, and you're entertained by it. Awesome, come back in, but don't try to chase it once you're out. It's like hitting the lottery once and then buying lottery tickets again. It's like with all of that money, it's like, hey man, probably shouldn't do that. Give retail garbage data, then call them dumb money. Yeah, exactly. Like, how are we supposed to know? Like, that's the thing. It's like that's the other thing. It's like like these entitled people are gonna be like, "Oh, you're stupid." It's like here's how I view the stock market now. You're sitting at a blackjack table. You don't know how to play blackjack. You're just kind of there. It's not that hard. You can easily count how many cards are going on, but the person next to you, Hedgie in this example, knows the count and they're counting cards. They know. They have more data than you do. So they have a better insight into what's going on that table. SPY's coming up now. Here we go. Nvidia's doing decent. All right, everything's kind of moving up in the pre-market now. Come on, Amy, do your thing. We're down 0.7% right now in the pre-market. Not doing the best, but again, um, why we can't have access to better data? That's just how it works, man. I mean, we have the best data sources that we have right now. I believe Meet Kevin found something interesting. I want to find out what that is, the short squeeze thing. But at the end of the day, like it's tough. Hit the lottery once, put winnings in the AMC. You could do that. I was up 400K at the all-time high. I'm up 100K now. I want to see this thing through. Dan P, there you go, man. Up 100K, 6 figures. Whew. Nice. Rands, what's up, man? How you doing? Let's see. Yeah, also, if you guys don't mind, just dropping some likes on the stream on the way in. We are 10 minutes away from market open, looking decent right now. I talked to a psychologist in Washington. She believes they're holding it down now so everybody sells cheap. They're not going to do that, though. That doesn't make any sense. The only way, here's the thing, the only way to entice people to sell is run the price up, fake squeeze. But they can't do it because it gets out of control and people are going to be like, yep, keep buying the rips, gamma, short squeeze, FOMO, and they're stuck because like, yeah, like people why would I why if we held till 70, why would we sell at 28? Like, it doesn't make any sense to me. Like, I'm not even like I'm like, yeah, whatever. I'll just keep buying shares. Meet Kevin says he thinks the hedgies are hiding in the low volume stocks, for example, CRSR. Yeah, they could be. Mind over matter, gather the data, do what you have to do. Yeah. Do what you have to get you after. Interesting. I had 6 figures in June, down to 4 now. Chasing and learning options. Yeah, it happens. If I was on Wall Street, I'll let it squeeze during the summer when everyone's too busy working. Yeah, I mean, sort of, it could. Well, they're about to fake squeeze. I don't subscribe to the fake squeeze aspect, but I do think that they're trying to set up systems to manage this event. I'm perfectly fine with like saying it's going to be managed. They're going to figure out the event. Fine with that. Fake squeeze, I don't agree. Like artificially running the price up to entice people to sell. I don't subscribe to that type of thinking because I don't think it's possible. If they did have that power, they would never let it go up. You can chase, but limit your losses due to how volatile it will be, or else day traders wouldn't exist. Yeah, that's true. I'm just saying, like in general, if it because people aren't going to have that type of experience, they're going to be like, "Uh-oh, it looks like it's going back up again," and then they're going to YOLO, and then it's not going to work out for them. I don't want to see people lose. Once you win, there's no reason to try to like. There's like don't push your luck. That's really what I'm saying. We won't sell at 100. They're hiding in the derivatives market. Yep. Just gonna buy March calls and let Amy do her thing. There you go, Super Show. I think I have some March calls kicking around. I got some Januaries. I got some Marches. Let's see. Let's see here. Might as well day trade this that. Shills. Here we go. Because you have YouTubers pushing low sell prices and people call them out publicly. You sheep deny it blindly. Oh boy, here we go. They're managing this to actually keep it from happening. And they got to cover eventually. How do derivatives work? Derivatives, here's the thing. There's a lot of terms in like finance and stuff that like sound really complicated. I mean, they're not. Derivatives are just something that derive their price from an underlying asset. So options are a derivative. They derive their price from the underlying stock. Very, very simple. They'll move according to how the whatever underlying is. Technically, those 3 times levered ETFs, I would classify those as derivatives, and the options are those are like the second derivative. It's weird because they derive their price from the actual ETF, and they're 3 times levered based off that. It's getting chilly in here. Here we go. I like it. I like the shills. Pico, where you at, buddy? I want Pico back in here. I want Pico. Where's Pico? Ready for action? I mean, buying and holding? Yeah. All right, let's see. SPY's settling down a little bit. Nvidia's coming back up in the pre-market. That's what we like to see. Let's make some money. If we had to pay a percentage to trade, do you think people would hold longer or less paper hands? Nah, we have people in Canada, like Ryan's from Canada, and they pay commission on a lot of their trades. Um, I came here to listen to Squirrel Talk, and it's all about AMZ. That's fun. Didn't you ban Pico? No, yeah, I did, but he comes in with what do you call it? Different accounts sometimes. Was it JP Morgan that bought a crap load of calls for this week? No, no, no. Okay, no. You're never gonna know. This is the thing. You're not gonna know what they bought. People were saying, I saw somebody saying that JP Morgan. Here, okay. Let's pull up Vintel really quickly. Before the market opens, I want to get so we have 5 minutes on this. All right. All right, I'm on the institutional ownership page. Here we go. JP. Here it is. So, where's JP? Hold on, I want this. Yeah. Okay. So here, oops, hold on. Okay. So here's what people were looking at. Remember, JP Morgan last week or the week before came out and said short squeezes are likely heading into the end of the year on these meme stocks. They say that there's certain requirements for shorting right now, some sort of like liquidity, selling volume, and those requirements are not met. So this is AMC's institutional ownership page right here. You can see up here, AMC institutional ownership. Now, when we come down here, we can see JP Morgan Chase owns 1 million shares. That is their net amount total. Remember, on 13F reports, which is what this is, the SEC comes out and says directly, they do not want you reporting shorts. So JP Morgan has shares, JP Morgan Chase has calls. Now, this is the net amount of shares that they have. Now, everything that you see here, these BBMC, PSOPX, these small cap funds are just under the umbrella of JP Morgan. Does that make sense? So it's under this umbrella. So then we come down to the bottom right here and we see 19,000 shares short, 178,000 shares short. People were trying to say that JP Morgan was saying that things were going to squeeze, but then coming out and shorting. One, the effective date. Oh, wait, hold on. Oh, okay. Here's the other thing that people are getting tripped up on. So the file date for this is 12/23. But the effective date of these filings, like, look, if we see here, what is this? If we click this, wait, hold on. That's not the right thing. What is this? What is this? We have to like highlight it somehow. There's a way to do this. No, where is it? So basically these are just, shit. So these are just funds within JP, but the file date is tripping people up because people are saying, oh my God, they said it and then they shorted. No. They like this is just a new filing on like what they've done in their old, like this, the effective date is still the end of September. M Creek's cats are taking over. Yeah, I saw that in here. Time for retail to own 100%. Yes, sir. Do you think they have algorithms to see how many people are watching AMC each day? Yes, I do. And it came out from JP Morgan too. Hold on. JP Morgan retail sentiment. They do. They're watching us. JP Morgan, is it algo? Where is it? News. No, because remember, JP Morgan came out with that. Short squeeze likely into the end of the year. It was JP Morgan. What were they doing? It was institutional. I might have to go. Short squeeze likely into the end of the year. Short duration. No. So I think it was or it was Morgan's. I'm pretty sure it was JP Morgan that came out with their they basically have an algo that's tracking like retail sentiment in things. So they're watching us all the time. SPY is bouncing up a little bit right now. AMC is down 1.12% going into the market open today. Nvidia is doing good. GME down 0.14. We got 1 minute left, people. Here we go. Do you think the funny business with open interest was to get people to sell options since the contract price dropped on them? No. Retail transactions? Is that what it is? I'm trying to find the article. Retail banking. News. Yeah, does anybody have that article? I can't find it right now. Why are we suddenly talking as if the MOAS means hitting 1,000 a share after a year of talking life-changing money for all apes? I mean, it can go as high as it wants, guys. I'm just talking like realistically in theory, like what would have to happen in order for these things to go. All right, AMC is selling off right now. Hit a low of 28.12 in the pre-market, down 1.64. The SPY's looking all right now. Here we go. Ding, ding, ding. Lots of buy orders coming in right away. Let's see what happens here. Ooh, getting a little bit spicy as the market is opening. The SPY is pretty flat, up about 55 cents. Nvidia's doing decent right now, but it is selling off. Everything's getting a little bit of selling volume right now. Let's see here, people. What do we got? NVAX and Serum Institute of India receive emergency use authorization. Ooh, hold on. NVAX. They popping? Yeah, NVAX is popping right now off of that news. All right, AMC is down 1.5 right now. The SPY is selling off a little bit. GME is selling off. NVAX is popping right now, people. This is a news play on emergency authorization. So let's see what happens here. We're gonna get TLT up here for a minute. We might see yields start to freak out a little. TLT's up 0.5%. AME down 1.53. Again, we could see some selling as the market is opening today. I wouldn't be all that worried about what's happening on these because remember what happened yesterday. They used it literally looked identical as Thursday, like the same chart as Thursday. So what's going on with Nvidia? Coming down a little bit. That kind of sucks, but you know. Amy popping back up here. Very, very nice to see. SPY very, very flat right now, up 0.08%. Just chilling. Let's see. Oh, brother, here we go. Yeah, she's getting a little jumpy here. Let's see what the SPY's going to do. And Nvidia, stop. Stop. What are you doing? What are you doing? All right. Let's see. Ooh, look at that boom boom candle on GME right here. Here we go. Let's crack that 150, huh, GME? Let's do it, huh? Ooh, here we go. Shills are out in full force. Where are they? Where are they? I haven't even seen them. I haven't seen that many. Somebody was just talking about like, all right. The truth, you're gonna get put on the stair steps for a little bit. You're getting put in timeout. All right. Let's see. GME is popping right now. Very, very nice. AMC is trying to break out of its range. GME is above it. SPY is trying a little bit here. Not really doing a whole lot. I mean, I still see a lot of bullishness in the market going into the end of the year. We're in the Santa rally phase. We have AMC only down 0.3 right now, looking like she wants to get a little bit jumpy. Here we go. Let's see. I think we've been consolidating for the past few trading days. Yeah, a little bit. Let's see. LFG apes. Oh, here she goes. Come on, Amy. Let's get up there. All right, so we are just barely green. We're flickering between green and red right now on Amy. Nvidia's popping, SPY's popping. GME, oh, getting some boom boom candles here. Huh? Look at this. Up 1.76% right now. AMC down basically 0.5%. Not looking terrible. I mean, it's looking all right here. All right, SPY, what are you going to do today? Kind of just hanging out right now. Nvidia's selling. Let's see here, everybody. Kenny running a new algo today? It looks like it. Let's get this 150 million plus day. Volume is key. Yeah, sort of. I mean, the volume right now I'm seeing as just under 1 million. So really nothing too crazy right now. Down 5 cents. Really, really flat. Nvidia being an a-hole. I want that to rip. I want 320 by like tomorrow. Oh, Amy looking like she wants to get going here, people. Here we go. I'm more GME, but I'm here for AMC and BlackBerry. Number letters. Good to have you, man. Not a hedge fund? What's going on? Here we go. All right, SPY bouncing a little bit here. Nvidia trying to come back. GME getting a little bit of a candle. AMC up 2 cents. Right? Oh, it's very, very flat going into the market today. Not bad. Showing a decent amount of strength here. I like it. You have a strangle on the SPY. Yeah, hopefully it moves. SCV, where did those 40K in the money calls go in January? What do you mean? I mean, they're back. Klein, they are back. So when we look here, the options chain came back to life. So it must have been a glitch on Stonko Tracker. I mean, I didn't go out and count the entire options chain on AMC. Nvidia, what are you doing? Stop. That's just rude. I mean, we can see a little dip in the morning and then start to go on a moon mission. All right, GME's coming up right now, 151. AMC's looking decent right now. Looking for that break of 29. Again, the key level that I want to close over to really get going with is 3070. Ooh, 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 ooh. Here she goes. Come on, Amy. I know you want to do it. Let's get some basketballs and rockets, people. Here we go. What's up, man? Good morning. Apes, what's up? Bjorn? I like that name, Bjorn. I missed the 40s. Hey, we'll get back there. Don't worry. Don't worry. I have lots of faith in Amy getting up to those levels. Oh, she's looking good right now. I don't understand the UVXY. I guess the SPY and UVXY are almost up the exact same amount on the day. How does that work? Well, the SPY's not really up a whole lot right now. Like you could see, like again, those ETNs and ETFs are going to like there's still going to be basic supply and demand in those different ETFs. Like if people are going to bid up UVXY, like it is going to go up, even if the SPY's going up too. I miss the 70s, says Kyle. Yeah, man, me too. All right, where's my thing? It's over there. Darn it. Darn it. All right. NVIDIA selling, GME looking good at 151. Amy is above the range right now. So it's 2880 right now. We're looking for that break of 29 is what we want to see. So let's see what SPY does. Here's the thing about the SPY right now. It tested the 50 and it got rejected. So the 50 MA has been very, very good at determining where prices are going to go on any given day in terms of the trend. That's what we've seen a lot. So let's see where this trend goes. Lamp on. Yeah. Prague show some life again. Yeah, let's pull up Prague over here. How are we doing? Prague and BBIG. I want to. Ooh, Prague up 3. Not bad. Amy looking good. SPY is trying to get that. Yeah, we're going to need to see SPY get some momentum breaking into this range. Prague's doing good. How's BBIG doing? Struggling. Video tank. All right, GME hanging out at 150.77. Let's go, people. Not sure you've seen it. Above the link to JP Morgan offers hedge funds a way to dodge meme stock shorts. Okay, let's take a look at that. Yeah, so this is what I was trying to. Yeah, Bloomberg. Oh, I think I have Bloomberg now. Perfect. JP Morgan is testing a new research product to guard big ticket clients from losses linked to meme stock phenomenon that has captivated Wall Street this year. Around 30 asset managers and quant fund managers have been trying out through the retail lens data. So this has to do with the question on whether or not they're watching us in retail sentiment. They are. They 100% are. All right, let's see. 6 minutes ago, S&P 500 hits record high. Yeah, I mean, it's up 0.08%. All right, Amy coming down a little bit. NVIDIA's coming back to, oh, shoot, these contracts are going to get busted. Unless it starts to rip. Whoa. Oh, I'm really not down a whole lot. That's weird. That's so strange. Unless they just haven't updated. No, people are bidding up these. That's hilarious. Hey, guys, my Spike YOLO that I have for tomorrow is up 157%. That's hilarious. That is so funny. The premiums on SPY are spiking. Remember, I just had some random cash in my account and I was like, screw it. I'm going to YOLO on some SPY. And oh my God, the other ones that I have are up 168%. Okay, I think this might be the new SPY strategy. Just buy the deepest out of the money contracts that you can with some likelihood of it hitting. This is hilarious. How not to lose money from meme stocks. Don't try and overshort a company to death during a pandemic. Problem solved. 100%. Hamza was pissing people off in TMI too. Hamza, what's going on, buddy? You all right? AMC MOAS is a scam. Yeah, Hamza, you're going to go in timeout for a little bit and you're going to think about what you've done. All right, NVIDIA's popping back up. GME getting some action here, people. Oh, it's up 2.73 right now. GME is looking a bit jumpy today, up $4 right now. AMC consolidating in its range. SPY not doing a whole lot. I think that's kind of hilarious that these SPY contracts are up so much. Like, I just think it's funny. All right, they're coming down a little bit now, but it's still funny. Small caps are due for a turnaround. Yeah. Yeah, they've been struggling. People are scared of the rate hikes with the small caps. That's essentially what's going on. Think about what you just said. Yeah, Hamza, you're gonna think about what you've done, and then you can come back later. Let's see. The YOLO goalposts on SPY have moved. Now you need to get the 550s to YOLO. Sorry, says Justin. Justin, no. Ooh, Amy popping here, people. Come on, let's get that break of 29. SPY's coming down a little bit here, and look at that negative beta. For everybody that likes negative beta, there you go. All right, GME doing decent right now, up 2.63. AMC, oh ho ho, here she comes. Here she comes. The volume on this candle, 311,000, looking like she wants to break 29, people. NVIDIA, what are you doing? SPY to 500. Let's see. Oh man, Amy's getting jumpy right now, up 1.3. Here we go. Nvidia's struggling. Oh, come on, Amy. Come on. I know you want to do it. I know you want to get up to 30. I know you can do it. Come on. This could be a good day, people. Here we go. Here we go. Come on now. Come on, Amy. Above 29. Let's see here. Let's get this candle closing above 29 and start to get going. Let's see. What was yesterday's high? What was yesterday's high? 29.39. So let's watch it around 29.50, 29.40. Let's see if we can get up there. Let's see what happens when this candle closes, and let's get moving. Nvidia's coming back. SPY pop. AMC looking squeeze-ish. Yeah. I mean, I like it. Bring the likes up, team LFG AMC. Yeah, if you guys don't mind, just dropping some likes on the stream. It just helps out with the algo. Thank you guys so much for those of you who have done that. It really means a lot. Thank you. All right, people, let's see here. Amy, basically right around 29 right now, doing all right. Don't rub your hands together. I hate that noise. Or put some lotion on them. Vince, come on now. We're going to play this game. All right. Come on, Amy. SPY just crossed its 50. Let's see if it comes up to the 100 here and get a little trend reversal to come back to the upside. But I don't know. The SPY, I mean, it's really setting up for some nice moves just because of like where we are in the year to the upside. I think I have some crazy YOLOs on the SPY. Like they should not hit, but they might. The January option chain is back to normal. What does that mean? Well, okay. So remember, yesterday we saw the option chain get slashed in half. So it looked like the market makers were buying to close a lot of those open positions that they had that maybe they had in Delta Hedge, and they saw that it was going to be cheaper for them to just buy back the contracts to close them out. Now the option chain is back to normal today, meaning that they came back. So on Stonko Tracker, it must have just been some sort of glitch on their end. Ooh, SPY's coming up. NVIDIA's trying. GME looking decent right now. Amy is hanging out right around 29, looking decent. Gamma this Friday, and not really. Confirmed ASTV has ashy knees. No. No. All right, 28.98 right now on Amy. SPY is popping nicely. Let's see what these contracts went to. I'm just very curious to see. This is so funny. 200% on these SPY contracts, 180% on these SPY contracts. This is so funny. My NVIDIA contracts down 31%. That's not what we want here, NVIDIA. We want you to hit too. If the SPYs hit and the NVIDIAs hit, we're going to be back in business. We would have turned nothing into something on these, and then we get some more wiggle room on the trading. All right, SPY coming down to its 50 right now. Let's see if it finds some support at the 50 in VWAP. Amy down to like 28.90, doing all right. Let's see, GME selling off a little bit here. Let's see if they cool off, and then they can make that move to the upside again. We might get a little VWAP test on Amy right here, which is not the worst thing in the world to see. Disney calls up 50%. There you go. If them island boys got bread, you deserve some too. Thank you. I appreciate it. Amy's been working on her. Oh God, Rands. SV is about to go from ashy. Oh God. Can you put Prague up, please? Yeah. How are they doing? Oh, here comes Prague. Finally coming back to life over here, huh? Prague is getting jumpy today. Look at this thing go. Up 10% right now. My contracts are still kind of dead, but again, I have so much time on them that I don't necessarily care. I still think Prague can make a big move. Amy is just basically testing the VWAP. What we're going to need to see is a lot of volume start to come in here to really bend these moving averages to the upside, and then that could really get us on a nice upward trend today. We're going to need to see something similar on the SPY, because these averages are downward sloping right now. If we can get above this range and really start to see the 50 come up, that is going to be very, very bullish. We can go on another upward trend today, but let's see what happens, everybody. AMC 10% green. No, 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 no. Amy is 0.17% in the green. Prague is up 10% in the green right now. Did you hear how the Island Boys got booed? I did not, but that sounds funny and definitely something that could happen. Prog calls, I mean, I already have them. So, I mean, they have so much time on them that I'm not really all that worried about it. All right, Amy doing a nice test of this VWAP here. Spy doing all right. All right, so Prog is looking good. GME now testing its VWAP. Let's see. Amy bouncing up a little bit. Let's see if we can get another cross above 29. Again, previous day high, like the day high yesterday, was about 29.41, I believe, or 29.39. So we're going to see a break of that. And then the next level that I really want to see is the break of 30 and then 30.72. That's what I'm looking at on Amy. But Spy's looking good right now. I mean, I think we could have another good day on the Spy. I mean, if we get up to 480, I'm going to be thrilled, like very thrilled. Having trouble understanding the short interest. How did they get it back to 17 without much price action? This is a really okay. So this is something that we're gonna have to talk about a lot today. Ortex gives us estimates in terms of what they're seeing in the securities lending market and then reflects that in the short interest. But again, they're only seeing the shares that are going out on loan and the shares are getting returned. Just because a share that goes out on loan doesn't necessarily mean that it's getting sold short in the market yet. So they could be holding them, paying the cost to borrow, and then waiting for a time that they want to enter into a short position. Buy pop. So when Ortex gets their data, they're like, okay, this is what we think the estimated short interest is, but it may not actually be that. So what happens is that the exchange reported numbers come out about 2 weeks after. So the settlement date is always 2 weeks before. So we get the exchange reported numbers about every 2 weeks. So when Ortex overestimates it, well, they have to recalibrate their calculations, and then we get that 17% number. So it's that game of, okay, we get the exchange reported numbers. What happens and what are the numbers going to do until the next exchange reported numbers come out? And then they adjust their numbers based on that. So that's why we have to take the numbers with a grain of salt, because we don't necessarily know all that much. Amy is still up about 5 cents right now, 28.75, just kind of chilling. Prague is up about 9. GME up 2.2, looking good. SPY is looking like it wants to cross above its 100 MA, which would be very, very good. If it can cross the 200, that's going to be solid. We usually see a lot of trouble at this 200 and the 100. So let's see what happens. It needs to break out of this range to really get going. Amy popping up here. Here we go, people. That was a lot of talking. I'm a Connecticut boy. There you go. All right, Amy, come on. Let's see here. How's everybody feeling today? We doing all right? Let's see. What is VWAP? I am new. Volume weighted average price. So it's basically going to tell you what the price levels that it should be with the volume that we're seeing, essentially. Playing golf today. There you go. Amy is not allowed to pass 29 because of max pain. No. It can pass 29. I mean, they can't pin it every single week. All right. Spy's kind of bouncing around here doing its thing. It is now below this range, but again, it could easily rip back up into the range. So let's see what happens. MACD. Yeah. All right. Let's get the trading view up over here too. I got it over here. All right. Amy. Oh, jeez. This is so annoying. I got to get better at like using trading view because the way that I have it set up is just miserable to look at, like literally miserable. All right. Amy's got a buy rating, or not a buy rating, like a buy signal on the super trend. What do we got on the, and then we got the SPY with a buy still. I mean, it's got some ways to come down on the, is it a buy? Yeah. We got a buy on it right now, which is decent. I mean, it's above the 200 EMA. Huh. Interesting. So let's see. Where's the 200 EMA at on the SPY? It's like 477.55. So it's still got a little bit of room. Let's see where on Amy we would see a little bit of support. Sometimes these super trend levels act as support too. We got a ways to go on that. Amy's above the 200 EMA too. 28.53 is what we have on Amy. Amy's coming back up now, people. Here we go. Here we go. Looking for that cross of 29 again. Come on. Costco sells liquid IV. Oh, I love I love it. Thumbs up, people. Dave P. Thank you, man. I appreciate the likes. Let's see. Prague coming back down to VWAP. Spy bouncing right back up into its range. Amy 2881. GME 152.06, up 2.53%. Looking good. Where's Pico when you need him? Do I hold AMC shares in Webull? Yeah. Once they're bought and held, there's nothing really you can do. What's the premium on the SPY calls that I'm looking at? I don't know. The ones that I already have. Here's the thing. I literally just had random settled cash in my account, and I was like, I want a YOLO. So I have. Oh, geez, that one's really out of the money. But they're up like 172% and 200%. But I'm only up like $34 and then $15. So I'm in McChicken land, which is nice. But like, I need to see these contracts go in the money in order for this to really make any difference. Or I just sell it and then I YOLO it again, which is fine. Like, I'm literally just playing with like random small amounts of cash that's left over in my account before I decide I want to deposit again. NVAX is still ripping. Is it now? How's Pfizer doing? Good thing I got out of those. NVAX. NVAX is really going. What are the premiums on this thing doing right now? Not a whole lot. So the premiums are kind of jacked on NVAX, but it's going right now. All right, Amy is testing VWAP. Same thing with SPY. Nothing too crazy going on right now. NVAX is really ripping, though, off that FDA news. We caught it like right here, I think, where we were looking at it, 160, 157. That's a big move. When's Reddit going public? I'm not sure. Are you concerned that payment for order flow brokers will screw us when AMC and GME squeeze? Not really. Not really, because it doesn't necessarily have to do with payment for order flow brokers. Because here's the thing: if the clearinghouse shuts it down and they do some weird stuff again and increase the margin requirements, the brokers are gonna need to have the collateral anyway. So it doesn't matter really. Like, the brokers need to have the collateral in order to fill these orders. It doesn't really have to do with payment for order flow, like it does. But they need the collateral. At the end of the day, they need the money. If they have, I think they've prepared. For another event like this to happen. I've seen screenshots of people talking to representatives at TD that are like, yeah, we're well aware of the situation. We're working on like our limit orders and what do you call it? The what's it called? The collateral requirements that they're going to need in order to handle it. So great. But again, there's not much we can do. And the other thing is if we all transfer to one broker and then that one broker goes down, it's like, oh shoot. But again, if one broker goes down, multiple will, and it's going to affect price. So like it's not like it's not like if everybody's at a broker that doesn't do anything, like yeah, if one broker shuts it down, like it's gonna hurt. Oh, Amy's back above 29 now, up 1.3%. Here we go, people. McChicken land. Yeah, exactly. That when I trade, when I like use the random cash that I have in my account that's settled, and I make like a couple bucks on a trade that goes up crazy in these wild out of the money YOLOs, we call it McChicken land because I'm making like McChicken money. All right. Amy looking good right now, up 1.6. GME popping up too. So is the SPY. Here we go, people. We might get some action here. NVAX still going. This thing is on a moon mission. Can you show me what you look at in the options contract for a good call option purchase? What numbers do you look at? Thanks. Just got approved for options trading. AMC is ripping. Okay, so it just crossed the day high of yesterday. She could get jumpy here. But yes. So what I do is I typically like to trade earnings. And then I use just like basic technical analysis for like what are the price levels that it could get to, what are the previous resistance levels, and I buy contracts around there. I don't use a lot of the Greeks. I just I just looked at so many option chains that I can just be like, this one's a good deal or this one's not a good deal, and I wouldn't do this one. But Amy's looking solid right now. Let's get some action. Amy is ripping. Not really, but like, I mean, 2.5% is not bad. SPY is popping up too. Crossed above the 200. What are these contracts at? What are these contracts at? Let's see. Because they expire tomorrow. They still got a little bit of time premium left in them. 207% and 231% on the two different strikes that I have. This is banana land. Let's see here, people. Dave, anytime. We can go over some more earnings trades once it's time. Once earnings season comes back, I'll show you guys what I look at. But It's not time yet. It's just there's no earnings right now, really. All right. Amy at 20. Here we go. Here we go. Come on, people. Here we go. Come on. 29.50 right now. This is the level that we were looking for. Let's see if we can break. The day high is 29.62. Come on. The SPY is looking a little jumpy over this 50 MA. We got NVAX coming up. What's NVIDIA doing? That would be sweet if it was not pooping the bed. I mean, it kind of is, but Amy's looking real solid right now, people. Here we go. Come on. What's max pain? Let me pull it up. I think it's still 29, but we can look. 29. 29. Sounds like someone is making that money. MACD about to cross on the 4-hour. I think it already did, didn't it? Oh, yeah, it is right here. Interesting. Well, didn't it cross on something else? What was was it the 3-month? Kind of flickered around over here. Maybe it was the year-to-date chart that we were looking at. Yeah, it crossed over here. So let's see. Let's get this back on the date. Wow, SPY's getting going here. Here we go. Whoa, Amy. Getting a little spicy this morning. SPY's getting rippy. All right, NVIDIA's coming back up. That's what we like to see here. Let's go, people. How's the volume looking for us? Volume right now today is only like 5.5 million. It's not too crazy. But we are seeing the big buys come in. Like when you look at the volume on these red candles, it's not that much. 219,000. But these big candles coming in, 500,000, 373,000. And these big green candles are very much outweighing the red candles, which is very, very bullish. Very bullish, people. AMC with that hard morning. Yeah. I mean, settling down a little bit here. SPY's looking like she wants to keep going. I want NVIDIA to really go nuclear. That's what I want. Amy seems to be very volatile today. Yeah, she's a little jumpy. She's up 2% right now. She's doing good. I want to see us cross above 30.72. That's what I want to see. And then we could really get going because then I don't really see a lot. I mean, we're going to see like little resistance levels, but 33 is really after we close above 30.72. That's where I see it going. Or text on Amy. Absolutely, everybody. All right. So refresh. Ooh, sorry for the white flash. Okay. So we've got 172,000 returned shares, 18,600 borrowed, estimated short interest, 17.07%. SPY moon mission. NVAX boom. Is it still going hard like that? Yeah. NVAX is going on a moon mission today. Jesus. Bought another 26, says drama teacher. There you go. Crypto down, AMC up, typical. Didn't a Congress member sell a ton of blue chips and heavy calls on Intel or Nvidia? I don't know, but I typically don't like Nvidia. 17, it was 19 yesterday. Yes, so we did get the exchange reported short interest numbers. Ortex overestimated it, so they're readjusting their numbers. We didn't see any covering off of that SPY pop. Look at this thing go. It would be hilarious if I actually hit a giant trade on these SPYs. This is banana land. 262% and 300% on these SPY contracts. This is hilarious, but I'm only up like $80. I'm holding. I'm going to go from McChicken land to Chick-fil-A land. And that's what we're trying to do here. I need to learn how to borrow AMC, says Mark Owen. Why? You trying to short it? Like, what are you trying to do? Why would you want to borrow AMC? Banana land. Simply put, trading above VWAP means more than 50% of the shares bought today are green. Trading below means the majority of shares bought today are red. Which buy contracts did I get? I have right now the 480s and the 483s. They expire tomorrow. So if they hit, which they could, I think I spent, this is literally what I did because I just had random cash. I was like, oh, I'll hit a little play right here. I spent $28 and the position's worth about $110. I just had like cash in my account. I was like, I want to mess around and have some fun. We did it with the $4 SPY YOLOs the other day or last week, and that was fun. Amy at 29.39, looking solid, consolidating at the top here. NVAX is ripping right now. Jeez. The 480, that is definitely a good YOLO for you. Dude, I honestly think it's going to hit. Ryan, I think these 480s could hit, man. Do I not want to short it? I'm just learning, bro. Bought 150 shares. If you borrow it, you don't own it. You have nothing. If you borrow it, you would sell it and then you're shorting it. So you don't want to borrow AMC. You can trade on margin, but you're playing with fire. You can get liquidated, and that is no fun because then you have nothing. So Ortex again screws us with no, they didn't screw us, guys. Ortex didn't screw us. It's just data. Like they're trying to give us the best data that they NVAX is going nuclear. They're trying to give us the best data that they can. Like they didn't screw us. Like it's not like the show. Here's the thing. We've seen the price action. The price action isn't really reflected on the like Ortex data. Like Ortex data isn't going to determine price action. It just kind of shows us some stuff. So the fact that the Ortex data changed and shows us, well, it doesn't matter because the price action has already happened. Like we've already seen the run from low 20s up to the up to 32, I believe, and then come back down to where we are at right now. But the Ortex data isn't going to change that. It just gives us a better insight into what exactly is going on. Let's see. Richmond Fed December Manufacturing Index 16 versus November 12. I feel like that's decent. Darth Bane, thank you so much for the super. I really appreciate it, man. SV Pam the Trader loves guys with man boobs. She said it. Interesting. She likes them on the thicker side. That's pretty cool. Caleb, 490 calls. I just made 200%. There you go. SPY coming back down. Nah, if it is going to come back down, it'll test. So we need the 50 MA to really start to get going. And then if the 50 crosses above all of these, then we're going to see the SPY do what it typically does, where we have these upward trends, and then it'll just melt up with touches of the 50 on the way up. But again, these contracts that I have are like YOLOs. Like I spent $28, guys. How much would it cost to borrow all of the shares so they can't short? A lot. It would cost a lot. Plus, here's the thing. You would have to hit different brokers. Like, it's not just like one database that like has all the shares. Like, you'd have to go to Goldman, JP Morgan, Interactive Brokers. You'd have to hit all the brokers and then take their shares. And the cost to borrow on those is going to be all different. But you would jack up the utilization. And you would jack up the cost to borrow because you're taking that supply away. SPYs. Look at this NVAX move here, people. What are these contracts up? No, there's no way. This has to be fake. All right, AMC coming back up here, 29.50, looking decent, people. GME looking good too, up 3.78. Man, this is a solid start to the day, people. Is that a double bottom on AMC? Where? What does it matter what Ortex says when you know the stock to be shorted like 200%? Yeah, I mean, it just helps us get a better understanding of where we're at the current time. And it gives us a bare baseline minimum. Can you look at my last comment? Let me know what your thoughts are. How screwed am I? Spencer, yes, I can. Spencer. Been watching you for about a year now. Thank you, man. Got screwed with watch trading, for which I had no idea. My share cost went up to 89. What? How does that work? I don't know. I don't know how your average is 89. People, says Jim. What's up, Jim? How you doing, buddy? Jim, are you going to be spicy today in the chat? Is that how we're doing things? I mean, I'm down for it. Up 100% on NVAX calls. Laney, I'm very happy that you were able to get into those on this little news play right here. That's kind of what we're here for. That's why I have the news feed up all the time. Even if I don't have the cash, I want you guys like to make the play. I want you guys to be able to see what's going on here. Like NVAX, we saw they got approval right around here. Laney must have got some calls. There you go. Made 100%. Absolutely killing it right now. Unless you got them earlier, which then you're just better. QQQ looking to go. Honestly, if it does, I need NVIDIA to go. Boom. I'm new to this kind of trading. What platform are you watching these charts on? This is just Webull. I just like it for charting. And then I have TradingView on my other screen. It's just easier for me. The short interest is irrelevant. It's self-reported, and most of the shorting is coming from the options chain. I can safely say it's in the billions at this point. It could be. Jim Washi, let's get spicy, people. Come on, people. I love Jim. Jim's fun. Jim keeps it interesting over here, except when he gets angry about Santa rallies. That was annoying. But other than that, we're cool. Dan Graham, thank you so much for the super. I appreciate it, man. What broker are you using? Yeah, Spencer, what broker are you using? I guess, for wash trading, I got penalized and the share cost went up? No, 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 that's gotta be a glitch. PFA, PFE, Mayday, Mayday, is it coming down? Oh, man, I'm happy that I got out of those. Oh, there it goes. GME pop here, people. Here we go. GME's up 4.84% right now at 155.49, up $7 right now. Amy 29.46. Watch Amy to get a little bit of movement too off of this little GME pop. Here we go, people. Oh, do we got chills? AMC to 30 today? It could. GME is pumping. This is sweet. It's looking deep. Oh, here comes Amy. Here comes Amy. Video, what are you doing? Let's see. Got to make money to buy AMC and GME, LFG. There you go. Share costs go up with wash sales. What? That's so strange. Spy getting a little bit of a red candle here. Watch Amy to come back down. We're gonna need so give it another like 30 minutes to see if we really get this trend up. And then we'll see if we can melt up through the rest of the day. Jonas, thank you so much for the super. I appreciate it, man. What happens if the government decides to bail out the hedge funds? Can they say like 500 per share and that's it? I'm not from the US, so sorry for stupid questions. Keep up. Thank you, Jonas, for the question, and thanks for the super. I appreciate it. So what the government can do is they can like oh, Amy's getting jumpy right here. Here we go, people. Boom, boom candles. Jonas, I will answer that question. So can they? I mean, they can't set the price. Then it's taking out the free market, free and fair market. But again, we saw the buy button get taken away. So we can see things like that happen maybe. I don't think they're gonna do it again. Because I think there would be like crazy backlash off them doing it again. And Robinhood would go to like zero. But they can't come out and just like price fix in the market. GME's popping too here, people. This is getting interesting. Here we go. Come on now. Let's see. Come on, Amy. We got shills. They're multiplying. That's fine. Spy coming down and AMC and GME doing good here, people. Yeah, if you guys don't mind just dropping some likes on the stream, just helps out with the YouTube algorithm. Showtime. Here we go. Come on, Amy. I know you can do it. All right. 29.58 right now. Spy's coming back down a little bit. Nvidia doing its thing here. Shills be shilling. Where are they? Where are they at? Where are they at? Better shape up. Yeah. Let's see. Track shoes time. It is. Blocked a ton of shills last night on Twitter. This is how you know we are close. Yeah, it could be. I mean, we've seen a lot of shills recently just talking nonsense, like literal nonsense. Like people were saying in some of the like the replies to my tweets the other day, they were like, "Oh, the short's already covered." It's like, "Hey, dumbass, why is the short interest way higher than it was in January and June then?" Huh? Riddle me, Spy. What are you doing? What are you doing, Spy? All right, GME coming down. Everything's kind of coming down on this big spy candle right here. Let's see what happens. I don't see any news coming through. Let's see. 7 minutes ago, yeah, we got the manufacturing index, but other than that, nothing. So this could get bought up right away and we come back up. But let's see. Amy is still above 29 right now, up 2.2%. GME up 4.23%. Still looking very solid. Right. Right. Try to keep the language in check, buddy. But yeah. Let's see. All right, guys, I'm going to run to the bathroom for a quick second. Nobody leave. I'll leave the charts up and I will be literally back in like a couple of minutes. So I got to go to the bathroom. It happens. But I'll be right back. Hola, I'm back. What's up, people? Hey, wow. Yeah, so me and the spy doing very similar things over here. Amy testing VWAP right now. I don't see any news coming out about the spy right now. I mean, it's still green on the day. So let's see what happens here. Let's see. Come on, people. All right, everybody. Yeah, also, if you guys don't mind, just dropping some likes on the stream. Let's see here. We got SPY really coming down, getting a little volatile here. NVIDIA being a little a-hole. We got AMC still up 1.6%, looking solid, everybody. I love how when I go to the bathroom for like 2 minutes, everybody leaves. He's like, he's going to the bathroom. Screw him. I'm done. And then it's just silly. All right, wash your hands. I did. Don't worry. Don't worry. Don't worry about me. I know how to wash my hands. So stupid, it doesn't even hit $30 anymore, like ever. Relax. Astro never leaves the stream. You know what, guys? Sometimes it happens. SCB, what bad news came out at 10 a.m.? Everything's dropping. It's coming back up. This is probably just an algo move. Literally, I don't see anything. I've got nothing on the news feed either. So hold on, let's see. Nothing. Literally nothing. So I don't know, man. They're screwing around. Let's see. $30 coming. Buckle in. Does hand sanitizer count? I don't have hand sanitizer. Do you sing happy birthday to yourself before you eat your cake? What? No, it's not my birthday. All right. SPY is coming back up now. That honestly, we're seeing some more of those fear candles for no reason. The algos just go sell and then they hit everything and then it comes back up. So let's see what happens. But I think that this may have hurt the momentum a little bit. But here's the thing. Amy is still above VWAP. So if the SPY in the market starts to rally right now and come back, which it is, this little fear candle move is really not going to hurt us a whole lot. I mean, 29.74, solid. I want to see us break 30 today. I think we could easily do it. So let's run it, people. Guys, it's not my birthday. That's exactly what it said. Apple took the same hit. Definitely also a sell. Yeah, I mean, this is just algos. It's just the algo freaking out for literally no reason. My SPY calls went from being up like 200, 300% to like 100% now. So that kind of hurt. But, you know, that's what you do when you spend your settled cash in small amounts on YOLO SPY calls that expire in 2 days. It happens. You just got to kind of deal with it. All right. Amy looking fine. I'm not really worried about that stupid fear candle move. Let's see. Let's see. What do we got? I'm looking for. Ooh, you guys see this thing with the IRS? This is so funny. I see this all around Twitter. It's hilarious that this is the dumbest thing ever. The IRS stolen property. If you steal property, you must report its fair market value in your income in the year you steal it, unless you return it to its rightful owner in the same year. What? Oh, yeah, like all of these thieves stealing stuff. Like those packages that I was supposed to go pick up for my parents that weren't there, the thieves are gonna report that as income? Like, that's the dumbest thing I've ever heard. All right. So SPY got rejected off basically the VWAP in the 50. So we wanted to get back in this range to kind of bounce around and have everything bend to the upside again. Amy is now below VWAP and back in its range. But again, the range is very, very tight. We are still up about 1% on the day, looking decent. Nvidia's selling off. That I hate that. That stinks. Glock 9, what's up, man? They did that so if they can't get you on the theft, they can get you on the tax evasion. Yeah, but the thing is like if I steal a TV, I'm not gonna go, hey IRS, I stole a TV, tax me on it. I'm gonna be like, screw you, because the type of people that are gonna be stealing TVs are probably the similar people that like are gonna find ways to avoid taxes. Like they're just gonna be like, nah, I'm not paying it. Like if you steal something, you're not just gonna be like, you got me, IRS. I'm gonna tell you I stole a car or no, like that's just not how it works. Trying to kill the side hustle. I don't know what your side hustle is, my man, but can I claim my ski mask as a tax deduction? I don't know, but if there's any accountants in here, here's what I'm gonna try to do. I'm gonna try to get that like home office exemption because technically I pay for my apartment. It's like pretty expensive every month and it doesn't have any rooms. So it's one studio. So technically the entire thing is my office and it's also my living space. So I feel like I might be able to write it off, which would be sick because then I could like pay some less taxes. Let's see. I think the IRS is looking at Bitcoin miners that hold their Bitcoin without divulging it on their taxes. Yeah, see, I don't know how that works. Like, I feel like it's tied to you somehow. Like, I feel like unless there's like when you set it up and you buy, you don't have to input any of your like social security information, anything like that on these exchanges, then they're never gonna know. But I feel like they would know. Like, it's like that TikTok. It's like, how are they gonna know? They're gonna know. Yes, you can claim your office. You spend 100% of your time working streams from home. Just report your YouTube and stock gains. Yeah, I have to do that, or else I'll be in big trouble. But technically, I think I can deduct this. I want to deduct all my woulda, coulda, shoulda. Yeah, form an S corp and itemize. Should do that. I'm probably gonna get hurt on taxes this year because I just have no idea what I'm doing. But it's fine. You know, you can write up a percentage of. Wait, did I get Ryan? Yeah. You can write off a percentage if a certain percentage of your home is used for business. Technically, 100% is because there's no rooms. How are those YOLO NVIDIA calls? I mean, they're not doing great. They're not having the most fun right now. All right, let's see. How are they doing? I'm down 50%, but I'm also up 122% on my SPY calls and then 131% on my other SPY calls. So, I mean, it evens out, you know? I have 5 cents of settled cash. I'm doing it right. All right, so SPY is looking So Amy is now down to its 200. The market is showing a little bit of weakness right now. Let's see. I mean, it's still up like 38 cents. So it's still doing decent, but let's see here. Told you they won't let us go above 29. I mean, it's not necessarily true. Raise your hands if you think Kenny just fired an intern for pressing the market normal button. I mean, he wasn't. Like, they pressed the market abnormal button. This is just bullshit right here. Like, look, just, oh, it's looking good, consolidating. Yeah. Tank. It's like, all right, cool. What happened here? No news, no nothing. It could be something in another market or like a currency thing or an oil move. Like, sometimes we don't know. Like, what did TLT do? This could just be a bond move. Like TLT right here. Yeah, TLT didn't even really move that much, so it wasn't bonds. It might have been oil, but usually that reflects in the bonds too. How's NVAX doing with all of that? And Laney, those NVAXs are printing for you. I'm sure if you pay a knowledgeable accountant to help you with your taxes, you'll save more in taxes than you pay the accountant that win. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking too. Not a hedge fund. Thank you for the super. I appreciate it, man. You stole my heart. Make sure you claim that. All right, I will. NVAX is going SPY. What you doing? Is this like a little head and shoulders here? Like a little bit on the 1 minute, I think. But it's so condensed. It's like, all right, Amy's trying to pop back up here. NVAX is saying, screw the SPY. I'm doing what I want. Going on a moon mission right now. Laney is crushing it on those calls. There you go. Pins is doing solid. Yeah. Have I heard of Tattooed Chef? Yeah. Pulled my Disney calls at 75%. Gain, lost too much money, getting greedy lately. Yeah, Prague coming back down. I bet it is. I mean, when there's any market weakness or any weakness anywhere, especially in small caps, Prague gets hammered. So is Prague even still in the green? Like, I would not be surprised. Yeah, I mean, Prague's up 5%, still doing decent, but it's got a long way to go to really start getting back up. Amy at 28.90. She's trying here, people. Almost 150%, Laney. Jeez, there you go. If your studio isn't your primary residence, then you can write the whole thing off. Yeah, but like this is my tech. Oh, shoot. It's not my address. My address is at my parents' apartment because I had to do that. So technically, this could be my studio. Oh, write the entire thing off. Ding, ding, ding. That would be sweet. All right, SPY is coming down right now. I mean, I don't see anything coming on the news feed. I got nothing right now. Zero. Let me check Twitter and see what's going on, but I literally don't see anything. GME did something with their NFT. Yesterday, as a part of its digital transformation, leading gaming and electronics retailer GameStop opened creator applications for its NFT marketplace. Oh, there you go. Yeah, hold on. What's this? Reuters 4 minutes ago. Turkey offers to mediate the in Bosnian crisis. Maybe it's that. I mean, the spy's bouncing right now, but like, it might be Turkey in the lira, so it might be a lira move. Is there an Omicron? I haven't seen it. SB, even better if it's not your address, you can write off the whole thing. Oh, perfect. That's awesome. My rent at this apartment is stupid expensive for no reason. Like if I showed you it and I told you how much it was, you'd be like, that's stupid. All right, Spy's bouncing back up here, looking solid here. Come on now. Amy 2894 doing all right. Here we go, people. Come on, let's do it. Any plans for a new vehicle yet? Yeah, I think I'm gonna lease a Nissan Pathfinder because I like those. I had one of those in high school. It was good. Vix, I believe there are powers that are keeping Moas down. Weekly pinned at Max Payne. They have more control than we know. I disagree. Top of the morning. What's up, Nepal? I disagree because if they had that much power, they would send it to 10 or they would send it to 5. Like they would send it to these really, really low levels. Like if they had that much power, like why were we even at 28? Why did we get to 60, 70? Like if they had that much power, we would never get up to these levels. Max Payne 29. Yep. Talk to an account. No. I am going to talk to an account. Don't lease. I did it for years. Rip off, just buy. Nah, I don't want to buy a car. I don't want to buy a car. I just want to lease a car. Because it's going to be cheap. Plus, I just need something to drive. It's they're not expensive. It'll be like $300-400 a month. Amy coming back up here, looking for that cross above 29 again, people. We're up 0.87%. GME is doing decent, 2.63. Spy's making a move here too. This is nice. This is good to see. Is Nvidia popping back up? That would be nice. Yeah, a little bit. All right. You must not drive much. Nah, the lease I had in high school was like really long. It was like 1,200 miles a month or something. It was crazy. It was dirt cheap. Oh, here it comes. We need Spy to get back into its range. But again, like this range right here is so tight. Like what's this? 477.90 to 4. It's 8 cents is the range. So we could do this in like a minute and just go foop right up and just cross out of this little range. So it's not that big of a move that we need to see out of the Spy to really get back into some bullish territory. The MACD is about to cross on the 1 minute. Amy's just hanging out in its range right now, 28.90. We're going to need to see a little bit more volume come in. The volume today so far, 9.81 million. So doing decent. SCB might as well buy if it's leasing cost that amount. Not. Here's the thing that you don't realize. Maintenance. I don't want to pay for any maintenance. Get some equity. Nah. The cars are all expensive anyway. Right now, the car's just going to tank in value. I buy a used car, it's just going to tank. I'm just going to lease something for a little bit. 3 years, done deal, get a new car. Because in 3 years, I feel like I'll be in a much different situation. And then the cost of the lease will kind of be negligible. That's kind of how I'm viewing it. Like I just need something that's like not going to be a disaster all the time, you know? Rent for your studio is more than my mortgage. I bet it is. My rent is $1,700 a month. It's drunk. It's so stupid. Don't report your mileage to the dealership. I mean, they'll see it. Oh, here comes the Spy. All right, Amy, come on. 29. Let's go. And then we need 29.50 again. And I want to see 30 today. I think we easily have 30 in us. I think we easily got it. Let's see. Your mortgage is $3,200. You just got a sweet home. Cheaper to lease when you're on house arrest and can't drive it. Not a hedge fund. Very smart. Get one with a fuel card. I don't know what that is. But the thing is I just want the maintenance to be taken care of. I don't want the car to freak out. And then I just have to pay like $2,500 again to try to fix a car. And then it breaks a week later. I'm not doing that. So I just want to lease it and just be like, fix it for free. Fix it. And then it's good to go. That's what happened with the last Pathfinder. It had like a similar timing issue. I literally could floor it and the car was not going to move. So it was kind of messed up. My rent is $1,800 a month. Yeah, but I have a studio. I have no rooms. New cars have maintenance included. Over half the cars out now. Guys, stop trying to get me to buy a car. I don't like spending money, especially because if I'm going to buy a car, I want to buy something nice. So I'll just lease a car until I can buy something nice. I know that's probably not what like the finance people would say, but like that's what I'm gonna do. I also feel like I could like put a sticker on it and just be like, it's a marketing expense. My mortgage is 800, 2,000 square feet. That's nice. I think my apartment's like 600. SV just lease a car. Extended warranty. All right, SPY hanging out. Amy coming down to its 200 right now, 28.75. Selling. I mean, the volume on these candles is so small. We just need a little bit of buyers to step in and just be like, yeah, we're going to buy up this dip. But again, we're flat on the day right now. GME's up 2.15%. SPY is moving down a little bit. My apartment has 2 living rooms. It's 850. Where do I live? It's by school though. So they can rip people off and like, cause they just assume that people's parents are just going to pay for it. They're just like, yeah, pay for it. And I'm like, oh, shoot. Now I get screwed. Because think about it, I kind of need a studio. Like if I had roommates and I'm just yelling all the time like this, like that would be annoying. Like I feel it. Get an electric scooter. That's smart. Oh, have you guys seen they make electric go-karts now? And they're like fast. They go like 40 miles an hour. I kind of want one just for fun. I've got nowhere to drive it, but I want one. Bro, if you don't want to spend money, then don't lease. Trust me, bro. I've had 20 cars. So that's a lot. Just buy it if your credit is good. I think it's good. You'll save. I mean, I've been an authorized user for like years, so I'm probably fine. Rent is determined by demand. It's not market maker manipulation on rent prices. I know. That's what I'm saying. Like the demand for and it's by a school. So you can just rip people off because they're like, oh yeah, my kid needs a place to live. I don't care. That's what they do. That's my house last year. You guys should have seen it. It was literally a crack house. That's literally, if you saw it, it was a crack house. It was the worst. It had ladybugs everywhere. I think rent was like 600. My room last year is probably similar to the living space right here, but now I have a kitchen, but I pay an extra $1,000 a month. Oh, SPY back in the range now. Here we go. Come on, people. I'm a finance manager at a car dealership, def lease. I like you. No wonder why you only drink water, little or no money for flavored drinks. I do. I drink Liquid IV and it's expensive. That's why I want them to sponsor me and never pay me. Just give me free Liquid IV. That's what I want. If anybody has the Liquid IV Connect, hit me up. Let's just go spam Liquid IVs like Twitter or like Instagram and be like, I already talk about you. Just like compensate me for it with free Liquid IV. I'll give them my address. Just send me a bunch of stuff. And I talk about it all the time and we're good to go. Would I like more car advice? That's fine. Hi, I'm SV. Welcome to the real world, college edition. Exactly. Well, see, it wasn't literally a crack house because people weren't doing crack in it, but it looked like a crack house. I feel like YouTube's not going to like that word. It's fine. Screw it. Who cares? No. Like, actually, I might have a picture of it. Let me look. I don't know. If you saw it, you'd be like, oh, yeah, crack house. You can also lease and buy it out. Yeah, I know. I probably won't, though. Ooh, here comes the SPY making that move up here, people. We're at 478 on the SPY. Let's see if Amy can get a little action here. GME now up 2.2. Nvidia's coming back. We're looking decent, everybody. Bro, you stayed in a crack house? That's essentially like it looked like it. Like the whole house was just Matt had a Liquid IV sponsorship. I know, I saw that and I was pissed. I was like, dang, now everybody's gonna be like, oh, you're following the Liquid IV train. It's like, nah, I've been drinking it for years. All right, here we go. Come on, Amy. Do your thing. Do your thing, Amy. Do a Hedgy Tears flavor collab. Yeah, I'd have to tell them that. It's like, hey, like, are you cool with me calling it Hedgy Tears? And then we're good to go. Sell crack buy stocks. SPY 480 called January 21st. I think it will. Dude, I have them that expire tomorrow. Like, I'm YOLOing. I had that cash in my account. That's what I have. I had the 480s and the 483s because I bought one for like $20 and then the other one for like $8, and they're cranking right now. Cranking on the YOLO SPYs. EXPR just broke 10% on the day. Yeah, Nvidia's coming back. Here we go. Want to buy my 2000 Mercury Grand Marquis? No, thank you. Any word from Stanko with these January calls by chance? I don't know who runs it. I think we can contact them if we really wanted to, but in before Citadel reveals ownership of Liquid IV. Dude, people would be pissed. Technically, they would then be Hedgy tiers, though. They're selling their own tiers. So it works. All right, 28.80. AMC's up 0.5%, looking good. SPY's just kind of back in its range now. I mean, we're looking good. I know we think the same. I got 40 SPY call earlier to YOLO. Yeah, but I got them yesterday. We're chilling on that one. Let's see. Yeah, so if you guys don't mind, just dropping some likes on the stream, just helps out. Cost you nothing to do it. Let's see here. All righty. Let's see. Let me ask Evergrande to give more cash to my MC shares. Funny guy over there. Yeah, Evergrande, I don't see as being that big of a problem. Let's check Ortex real quick. Ortex. Yeah, nothing really changing. 271,000 shares returned, 18,000 shares borrowed. The securities lending market right now on Amy is like nothing. There's been one loan today because we see the cost of borrow minimum, average, and max are all the same. So we're seeing 17.05% estimated short interest. AMC consolidating right now. We're going to need to see it bounce up a little bit. SPY's kind of chilling out. I don't know. We just need to see a little bit more buying bomb coming. The MACD is crossing right now. So let's see if we can get back to the previous day high. Can I lease a like? Docu? Oh, man. I don't even wanna look. How's Docu doing? It's fine. I mean, it's moving up. I just need it to really get going for these calls. Docu, another YOLO. I'm really excited for earnings season though. How's Prague doing? Because I think earnings season this next time is going to be really fun because we're going to see either how bad inflation's affected different companies, the semiconductor supply chain. We're going to see a lot of things start to show up in the next earnings. SPY coming up. Amy 28.97, looking for that cross above 29 again. People, here we go. Nice boom boom candle here. Little boom boom candle. All right, everybody. Let's see. Come on. SPY looking decent. I mean, after that stupid fear drop off of no news that came through, could have been a turkey. It could have had to do with Turkey and the lira. Essentially, what happened with Turkey was they were like, "Yeah, we're not going to tighten," and they were like, "Oh, okay," and then their currency just went tank, devalued. So then their whole market just tanked. So that's what we were facing in the US markets. If the Fed wasn't going to be like, yeah, we're going to taper rate hikes, all of that stuff, our dollar would have tanked, which honestly would have really hurt the markets. Crypto could have ripped eventually and gold might have done well, but because crypto is they're like Bitcoin's kind of like kind of moves based on the dollar, sort of like if the dollar depreciates, like crypto is going to, like Bitcoin's going to go up because like it costs you more dollars to get one Bitcoin. Pay $3K a month on 3 different properties. Hopefully they're investment properties. Can you look at LGV and Ortex? Yeah. Ongeveron. Here we go. Down 21% today. That sucks. Is it? I mean, the current short interest still high, 29%. Cost of borrow super high. Utilization getting up there too. That's not bad, people. That is not bad on Longeveron. What are they doing today on? Oh, it's up 9% today. It's looking good. Why did it say down 20%? Ooh, here comes the SPY. Come on, Amy. Come on. All right, we're about an hour into the market today, people. So, I mean, we're looking for, I mean, after this fear drop, it kind of messed up. What we were looking at for these trends of the moving averages, but they can easily come back. We'll probably take another half hour if we're going to start trending in the right direction. So we really get a little, so what we're looking for is it to get a little overextended to the upside, have all of these little averages start to bend up, and then we can start the melt up of the 100 or the 50 tests come up, 50 tests come up, and everything starts bending up. So that's what I'm looking for today on the SPY because right now it's kind of just flat, like it's trapped in the range. It's not really moving anywhere. Same thing for AMC and a lot of everything else too. Longeveron's having a decent day. Oh, Fammy, M. Kriegs. Oh, there you go. They have a chain. Nope. That stinks. I mean, they're coming back down now, but this is a good one. Check out Target. I forgot I had a call on it earlier. Is it a weekly? Ooh, 1% on Target's big on the weeklies. That is big. How are these only up 5%? That's fake. Weeble, you're playing with me. I know that's just not real. Yeah, they're up 100%. I don't know why it does that. SPY coming up now, pretty solid. Amy at 28.85 looking all right. 29, push apes. You mentioned testing the 50, 100 to 200. What does that mean? I am new. It's just the moving averages. They just really, how I look at them is they serve as like, because we have the 50, the 100, the 200, and the VWAP is what I look at. And then it usually, when we're trapped in the range, we're going to see it use those different lines of the moving averages as resistance and support. If it breaks above the range, like we're seeing right now, and everything starts to bend to the upward direction, we then start to see it like we need the 50 MA to really cross above the 200 because that's a bullish sign, a little golden cross there. But then it can start trending in the upward direction because there's not like a lot of resistance above that. Yeah, there's going to be like the typical resistance levels that you see, but on like an intraday basis, it kind of signals for a trend. Target's getting going here, 1.36%. There you go, Nepal. Amy coming down to its 200 MA right now. Yeah, everything's starting to really bounce. BBIG is trying. That's what we need right there. Yeah, so SPY's looking good right now. I mean, this could be just a big W. Target's ripping. Let's see, Amy. 28.78. What's GME doing? 150, 123, down, up 1.97, looking decent. Oh, NVIDIA. Come on. Check out BBIO. Yeah, we were looking at that earlier this morning. Going. Yeah, it's looking good. 13%. This is I think, what is it? Testing? Testing medicines that target well-characterized genetic diseases. And but that one was okay. So they tanked yesterday like 70%. So this one I would not go near. I mean, it's probably like a little bounce, people buying the dip after it fell 70%. Like that's an aggressive move. Like I don't really like seeing that. What's max pain this week? It is 29 again. All right. So SPY came back down. Come on, Amy, do your thing, bud. Same range as yesterday. This is crazy. See y'all tomorrow. Ham. Don't stress out too much, buddy. Everything's going to be fine. Let's see. All right. Let's see what we got going on Twitter. The IRS is a scam. I mean, pretty much. BlackBerry granted 5 U.S. patents Tuesday. Method and system for distributed camera network supported multiple frequency bands. Interesting. So BlackBerry got some patents. Interessante. This year, $318 billion was raised for SPACs. On their debut day, the SPACs introduced this year performed 22% on average. Currently, SPACs are down 11% in total. So the SPAC hype fading. Let's see here. What is this? Nope. All right. Pico hanging out with Scott Allen. Who's that? Where is Pico? Pico, get your butt in here. Oh, hold on now. What's going on, Amy? You having a little bit of a fear candle now? Is that what we're playing around with? You're just gonna be fearful right now for literally no reason. So we're seeing a little bit of selling volume come in. This is one of the bigger sell 1 minute volume candles that we've seen, 304,000 in volume. But we have seen a lot more. Like the big green bars on the volume have been outweighing the selling volume, but recently we've seen a lot more of these sell candles. So let's see what happens here. We can get a little bit of a bounce back above 29. They're just messing with it. Can I take a look at Mara? Held some overnight with an average of 37.17 entries. Should I have sold before close yesterday? But here I am. Mara, what are they down? Oh boy, 8%. What's Bitcoin doing today? Is crypto selling hard? This one. Yeah, Bitcoin 49,105 right now, down 3%. So Mara is not having fun on that. But again, I mean, that happens with crypto a lot. It's a fear. Yeah. I mean, These fear moves are just getting tiresome. It's like, all right, cool. You're going to move down off of no news. That's kind of how I'm at with this. It's like, okay, like it's going to do its thing and then it's going to come back up and then we're going to see more fear moves. It's like, all right, like do what you got to do. The SPY is still up about 0.15%. We're looking at it. I mean, it's still in the range. It's breaking down below the 100 right now, but nothing too crazy. The 50 is still trending upward. So let's see. Once it crosses the 200, we could see some more bullish momentum. But I'd say give it another hour before that could happen. We're going to see a little bit more volatility, these bouncy moves. Today on the SPY isn't really a day trade day on the SPY. It's kind of just like let it do its thing. Like I wouldn't have taken any trades on SPY today. Yesterday, I would have. I was showing you guys what I look for, and I was like, okay, we're going to look for that test of the VWAP. If it starts to bounce off of that, I would take an entry here. And then I said that, and then it went absolutely nuclear. So that would have been a good trade. I just didn't have any settled cash, but I did get the YOLOs on it, which are paying out pretty decent right now. Amy making a Batman? It is. Amy is making a Batman chart right now. You should use the VWAP. I do. Why is CNBC talking to Cineworld? I don't know. They talk to whoever they want. I got a 35% gain on a SPY call this morning. Kyle, there you go. Take your profits early, run it up. All right. Amy 28.54 right now. GME is actually getting a little bit of a pop here. 151.72 up 2.3%. Over the past couple of days, we've seen AMC green and GME red. So it's kind of flip-flopping now. Let's see if GME starts to get going and breaks out of this range and starts to get some action here. We could easily see AMC follow. And again, I still think the SPY is gonna mess around in its range for a little bit and then really pick a direction. But again, it's kind of a flat day right now in the market. We did have a really, really bullish day yesterday with all-time highs on the SPY. So the fact that it's selling off a little bit today, it's not that big of a deal. How I trade earnings. Yeah. So for the earning strategy, it's two different ones. One of them is the run up. One of them is actually playing the event. Playing the event is very risky. So when I'm gonna probably say that I'm playing in earnings, but I'm not going to say what contracts I'm buying because I literally, when I trade the earnings actual event, I'm not putting any more than 100 to 200 bucks every single trade, because if it doesn't hit, both sides of the trade go to zero and you're done. The run up's a little bit better. Typically companies run up into their earnings. I just have a list of companies in my head that like I see when they report and I'm like, oh, these companies have a run up. I buy contracts typically. I try to do 3 weeks before and the contracts expire 2 weeks after, just so there's enough time for the Batman chart. It's literally just making like a Batman symbol, like the, so it gives me a little bit of time premium. If we get in the contracts don't have to go in the money. And what I do is I'll sell right before earnings. We can do a more detailed explanation of this once it comes time for us to do this. The earnings one though is, yeah, SPY selling off a little bit here, being a little a-hole. But the earnings one is easy. You just price in what the market maker is expecting for the expected move, which you just add the at the money strikes, divide them by what the current share price is, and you get a number. If that number is 4.5% below, I will typically buy contracts that are 2 times the expected move. It has to do with standard deviations. And if those hit, you can turn a very small amount of money into a very large amount of money. So you don't need to be right very many times. To make a decent amount of money, but they're very, very risky. It's educated gambling. And if they're pricing in more than 4.5 or 5%, but I still like it, like this is what I did with Qualcomm. I'll just buy contracts that are like 2 weeks or one, like the next week. So you can get a little bit more time premium in it. So the contracts don't have to shoot in the money right away. Grandpa Barney, thank you so much for that big super chat, man. I really appreciate it. Thank you so much. Good morning, family. Soon this price will be laughable. Don't sweat the price. If Grandpa Barney just bought 100 AMC. Great show, young man. Thank you. Grandpa Barney loves your show. Appreciate it, man. Thank you. Buy and hold and support each other. Grandpa Barney, thank you so much, man. I really appreciate it. Let's see here. And yeah, shout out to all of the members of the channel as well. Thank you guys so much for all of your support. You guys are awesome. You guys don't have to do that. If you guys don't want to, the supers and the memberships, just showing your support for the channel, coming in, hanging out, dropping likes on the video is more than enough. But special thank you to you guys who do send those in. It really means a whole lot. So thank you. SPY is doing well right now. Amy down about 0.9, looking decent here. Whale in the house. Yes, sir. The short interest is in the range of 16 to 18 over the last months, but the price is going down over the last months. They find a way to do it. Why is the short interest not over 20 to 25? Well, there's a few ways. Yeah, the short interest is gonna show up in the short interest reports, but we know that there are ways for these shorts to meet their brokers' closeout requirements without actually covering any shares, and it messes with the exchange data. And they can synthetically short, like we've seen with IWM. IWM had that like 50% short interest on it, which that's a bit weird when AMC, I mean, even though AMC is only 0.44%, I believe, of total IWM of the 2000 stocks, it is the highest holding. So there are ways for them to get synthetic short interest on that. They can find discrepancies in the put call parity. They can, what else can they do? They can hide their short interest in the option chain. There's a lot of things that they can do. So when we look at the Ortex numbers and everything, yeah, it could be accurate, but is it? No, it's most likely not, because not all of the shorts are getting reported. And the fines for not reporting, I've never seen one over $1 million. Never. Number 739 on the like button. Let's all hit that like button and show our support. Art man, thank you, man. I appreciate it. PBTS being a biddy right now. I hold long term. That stinks. Best circle blank ever. Yeah. All right, everybody. Let's see here. 2850 down 0.71. The SPY's having a little bit of a tough day right now. I mean, it's still up. It's up 50 cents right now. And after yesterday, I mean, I'm not mad about it. We could still see a lot of bullishness tomorrow. And we also could see it turn around today with some decent news. I mean, AMC is only down 15 cents right now, but that's 0.5%. The issue that we're going to come into with AMC going into the end of the day is, what do you call it? Or going into the rest of the day, if we see this 50 MA start to bend down and come below, we could see this downtrend. So we could see AMC come up, test the 50, come down, test the 50, come down, and just stair step its way down. Are we going to see that? I don't think so. I mean, I think the SPY is going to come end up coming back. And I think AMC's got enough buying pressure that can come in and really push it to the upside. Could it come down though? Absolutely. You got 5,500 shares. There you go. Naked is $5 a share. Yeah, they did a reverse split. And they're not doing well. So they did a reverse split, which typically that's bad. Typically, what that means is that the market does not deem that company to be valuable enough to be listed on any of these exchanges. So they reverse split to get the price back up in terms of like the actual trading price. And then they can stay on the exchange. Yeah, I mean, this is a little bit of a head and shoulder. So let's see. I mean, the thing is, though, is that yes, I mean, I do see it, but AMC could also just go nope and just rip. So watch what happens with these averages here. I mean, the SPY is looking like it has one. Little. I mean, it's lower lows, lower highs. I mean, it's kind of this little channel right here that we're in. But let's see. I mean, you could always get some good news, and we get some buyers coming in. We go in the other direction. Patterns don't have to play out, and even if it does, it probably won't be that bad. Exactly. GME, what's GME doing? GME is looking real strong today, like very strong, up 3.22%, $4.77 on the day. GME is looking good, people. Yeah, just rip Amy. Yeah, that would be sweet. Let's see. Whale at noon. I got a premonition, but either way, we're gonna be rich. Bye, 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 bye. Says Eric. There you go. Like button. Thanks, Eric. I appreciate it, man. All right, Amy coming back up here a little bit. Spy's trying to make that move too. What we're really gonna need to see is support at this 200 and get the 50 bending up because we came up, dropped right through, came up, dropped right through. So like we're gonna need to see a little bit of strength and the buyers willing to transact at these prices to find that equilibrium price on the SPY and everything else that we're looking at to really see it trend back up. Here's a perfect example of this 50 MA situation. We're seeing it with NVIDIA right now. It drops down. Well, the 50 starts to come down with it. It starts to move back up, test the 50, comes down, moves back up, breaks above, tests VWAP, but then comes right back down. And then another little test right here. So if you guys want to have an example of what we're talking about with that, right here. Bring back the ripping. Those were good times. Hey, we'll get there eventually, guys. Ankles for 3070 close. Arthur, stop it. Robinhood took off the like button. That's funny. If we traded 52% times the float this year, can't we run those numbers against turnover to identify hedge fund shenanigans? I don't know. I don't think so. Because isn't turnover just gonna is turnover just retail or is that institutions and retail? It should be both. I don't know. Maybe you could, but you'd have to look at turnover every single day and look at volume on every single day. Plus, volume's a tough thing because it's not. It's buy and sell. It's both. It's like it's a share sold, share bought. So you don't know if it's shorting or if it's if it's a sold share that's just somebody that somebody owned. Uh, is NVAX still going? Laney, how you doing on NVAX? I hope you're killing it right now. Came down a little bit. I mean, you're still probably doing pretty good. Let's see what happens with SPY around this 200. I mean, Amy's at 28.61 right now. GME 152.51, up 2.83%. Solid on the day right now. I mean, it hit a high of 157.41, so it's got some ways to go. Amy hit a high of 29.74. I think we could easily get back up there unless we're going to see this head and shoulders play out, which it's not really like. And again, that's just like a fear candle move. Like this isn't like a, oh yeah, we're gonna start selling off. Like this was just a random fear candle across the market. Yeah. Oh, 1 hour chart on Amy. I got you. Oh yeah. Yeah, we're fine. We're completely fine. Massive inverted head and shoulders on 4 hours for sure. Yeah, yeah, it's inverse on the 4 hour. And when we look at it on like what is it? I look at it on the 3 month. And I think that shift. Okay, so that's 2 hours. So it's right here is the inverse head and shoulders here. But when we put it on the 4 hour, I think it looks a bit better. Yeah, right here. So it's looking good. It looks like it wants to come back up. What are these ranges up here that we're going to see? 43. Oh, shoot. Those are big. That would be nice. So coming down a little bit here on Amy. Again, it's just going to take a little bit of time to play out. If we start running people, especially with this options chain and this inverse head and shoulders that we have, it could get nasty. Like we really could start to see some nasty price action, which would be awesome. BBIG heavily shorted. Yeah. When in doubt, zoom out. Explain fear candle. Okay, so the way I like to it's just kind of something that I say. The fear candle is just like sometimes when we see like a bond move or the algo start to freak out and just flip to sell right away. Well, we'll see the SPY, the IWM, QQQ start to do it, but then we see everything else do it, like AMC, Nvidia. Everything starts to do this random move to the downside, but there's no news. So typically, when there's news, that would be the fear candle, but like there was no news. So it was just like a bunch of algo sells, I believe, that were coming in. SPY coming down a little bit here, dragging Amy down with it. NVAX selling a little bit here. SPY's still in the green, 60 cents, not doing terrible. Oh, shoot. What happened here? Let's see. Tell me you don't think it goes to 500 soon. What, you want the 5-minute? Oh, that's Amy. Whoops. Damn it. I keep screwing this up. All right. 15-minute on the SPY. It's testing the 50 right now. I think it's looking decent. I mean, I'm still, I mean, like I've been saying, I'm still bullish on the SPY going into the end of the year. Like, I think we got that first all-time high. Let's see if we can crack it again. I mean, we did technically hit a new all-time high today. Grandpa Barney, thank you so much for another super. I appreciate it, man. Give Grandpa your thoughts on AMC and GME. Is it going to rip more than the other? If you were going to buy more today, I would buy what? Okay, so AMC versus GME. Here we go. One, right now, the exchange reported short interest numbers, according to like the reported data, AMC looks a little bit better. GME has a lot of stuff in the pipeline. The only thing that I look at GME and I'm like, guys, what are we doing? Is it's so cryptic. With AMC, we know what they're doing. Like we just know. Like we know exactly what Adam Aaron is planning to do pretty much with like the NFTs, the popcorn and everything like that. Like he'll come out with something and just be like, yep, this is what it is. This is what we're planning on doing going forward. And then us retail investors get a good idea of what the revenue numbers could be like in the future. With GME, it's like, I don't know. Like we have the Loop Ring stuff. We have their NFT marketplace. Like what are they doing? Like we don't really know. There hasn't been really anything talked about too much in their earnings call. And in their earnings call, we don't really get a lot of insight. But again, with what we've seen out of the SEC report and everything else with like GME and what happened back in January, I mean, I obviously think that it's definitely going to continue. And in my mind, I would say AMC and GME are the top two. But since there's other stocks too, like on a like let's just say AMC, GME are tier one, then tier two is going to be like BlackBerry, Bed Bath and Beyond, and all of those other ones. The fact that we can hit them from all angles is a good thing, and you can't convince me otherwise because there's no logical argument for it. Because let's just say they're shorting let's just say they're shorting GME, AMC, and all these other stocks. But let's just say everybody only piled into GME. Well, yeah, it could have like technically like if all that money that was in AMC went to GME, well, yeah, we could be at a higher price right now on GME, but at the same time, they could just short the absolute BS out of AMC and all these other stocks. Like AMC would probably be bankrupt and they would have made so much money. They would never have to close the positions and never pay taxes. So when you can hit them from all angles, it's like, okay, well, you have all of these stocks slowly starting to come up and their positions are going against them versus just one going crazy and the other one's tanking. So I like them both. Did I ever cover the new December 8th meme ETF? It already has enough FTDs to hit the threshold list. Yeah, I did. That's interesting. I mean, it doesn't, the Ortex data on it's not crazy, but I mean, for the FTD is like, yeah, they're failing to deliver on it, which is the utilization's like really high on it, I believe. Let me look. Meme. What do we got over here? Shorts, because it doesn't give you like the short interest, but the utilization's 80, like 7 days ago, it was 100%. Cost of borrows, it's all right. I mean, we don't have any data like exchange reported short interest, nothing like it's not too crazy on it. Like we can't really get a good understanding on it from the Ortex data. All right, SPY's trying right here. AMC's still down near, and not the low of the day, but the low of the day is 28.01. We're at 28.37 right now. Apple at 180 again. Yeah. Let's see. What? Let's see. All right. Thank you for looking at CV. Appreciate that you checked. Lawrence, anytime. What do you think about BBBY? Short float, 20%. I think it's very, it could go. It's not going to, in my opinion, it doesn't have the retail backing that AMC and GME do to really get going. But I think it can still go, just like Prague, BBIG, SPRT, Sundial, all those other stocks that have been heavily shorted into the ground. And then all of these M. Krieg's plays that she always gives out because they're also heavily shorted. Like if it's the same institutions with these short positions, like they're going to be covering all of them. Like there's a basket out there. It's like the basket of stocks. They're all in there. They're all heavily shorted. That's when we see Bed Bath Beyond rip in that one after hours, and then AMC and GME go. It's like, all right, you're gonna tell me they're not linked somehow? Come on. With algo sells, where are the shares coming from? Institutions. Probably a lot of market making, a lot of market makers, most likely. Because they have shares that they're hedging, unhedging, providing liquidity to the market. They also have the legal ability to naked short as a part of their hedging process because they need to be freaking NVIDIA struggling. Let's see. AMC down 1.22. Let's see. Whoa, Grandpa Barney. Jeez, man. Thank you so much for the supers. Jeez, you were being very generous today. I really appreciate it, man. I have 3 AMC, GME, and a pile of SNDL. Thoughts on SNDL, please? Thank you, young man. Okay, so let's take a look at SNDL. Grandpa Barney, man, thank you so much. Um, okay. So SNDL, it hit at what's the high? 4 something? 396. So the thing with SNDL is it's Canadian. So when the US does stuff in terms of like legalization and things like that, SNDL is not going to get affected as much. Their business model is also a lot different. They do a lot of M&A. So if those companies can perform, yes, SNDL can succeed. But again, the short interest on it, when we looked last time, it's come on. It's decent, but it's not insane. Like the cost to borrow is pretty high. The estimated short interest 14.18% and the utilization is 97. So like the numbers are good. The days to cover is 3.67. The problem is that the float is massive. Like what's the float on it? Free float, 2 billion. That's a big float, and they could still do offerings. They could still I mean, I don't have the details on, like, how many shares they have left to offer, but I if they do, they'd probably offer it not at these levels, but I think that with its short interest and with what happened, I mean, this is where is this? Like, where was Jan what'd they do in January? Like, January, they started their run too, so, I mean, all of these stocks that have, like, decently high short interest and they're in that, quote, "meme basket," like, yeah, they're gonna really they are going to like get affected when everything really starts to get crazy again. But are they going to be as crazy as AMC and GME? I don't think so. BRB going to get Chipotle. I'm jealous, bro. I'm so jealous. Spy coming up here. Here we go. I mean, it's making what is this? These lower highs. US Treasury auction 50 billion in 4-week bills. Yeah, but what's the I mean, what okay, so hold on. TLT should be falling right now. Nope. Okay, hold on. I mean, it usually those have to do with market expectations. Like, what was the bid? What did it do? What's the yield on them? Like, what was the so okay? So we're gonna get. I think we're about to get some news about this treasury auction. When we see treasury auctions, sometimes we get moves in the market. Like TLT will make random crazy moves. Like it'll just like the bottom will drop out of it, and you're like, what happened? Or it'll rip, and you're like, oh, auction. So the auction either will come in better or worse than expected. Right now, the SPY is hanging out. Nothing's really going nuts on it yet, but let's see. Yo, 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 what's the word? My name isn't Justin Frozen Peas and Meat Juice. What's up, man? All right, here we go. Nope. That's not any more news that we need. Spy's coming up a little bit. TLT selling off a little bit. I mean, this bond auction might have just done what was expected of it. Ho ho, we got the mask. I mean, the duck gang in here. What is up to all the ducks? How are we doing, everybody? Hope everybody had a fun time hanging out on Matt's stream. Let's see. Today's level 2 trading brought to you in blocks of 73. Arca algo. I have vids of level 2 for the past 3 days with different repeat numbers. Interesting. I mean, yeah, is that the one where they just ping pong them back and forth when it's just buy and sell and you can see them just I'm just not logged in here. I probably should do I don't know. I just don't use this. Like but if I'm trading, I'm using other stuff. Spy's trying to make a move here. How's Pfizer doing? I mean, I'm happy I got out of those. I think I made a little bit of money on those Pfizers off that. But yeah, Pfizer's getting killed. Let's see. Docu. How are we doing over here on DocuSign? Shit. I mean, the SPY calls are printing, but it's fine. Apple new day high. Yeah, I mean, it's only up 0.07. The SPY's making a move here. Little bit of a move. It's trying. It's really trying. I mean, if we see it rejected from this 200 again, I would say downtrend for a while. And that's going to stink, especially today. But the SPY is up 0.16%. It's looking decent. I mean, I don't know. Let's pull back NVIDIA and see what it's doing at the 50 MA because that's really it broke above, so that's not bad. Let's see. We're gonna need it to cross the 100 in the VWAP to really get that reversal, and then we're gonna look at that 200. So that's kind of how I look at things here. Let's see. Yeah. Also, for everybody new coming in here, if you guys don't mind, just dropping some likes on the stream. It just helps out with the algo. Thank you guys so much for showing all that support on the channel recently. It means a whole lot. Amy is now down about 40 cents, 1.28%. With the SPY, it's trying, man. It's really trying. We haven't seen much on the MACD in a while. But let's see if the buyers are going to step back in and take this thing back up to like all-time highs. Can you look at AVCT? Of course I can. Is that that's the one that Sam was looking at? Yeah. So AVCT is down today, but it's also been going on moon missions over the last month. Like, look at this. It was 140. So it's nearly doubled. What is it up? Like 75, 80% in the last week? Like that thing's going nuts. Yeah. Let me know if you want the vids. Yeah. Send it to me on Twitter. Yeah, Tyler, definitely shoot those to me. I want to see that. All right. AMC chart is the exact inverse of the past 2 days. Blows my mind. Hey, that could mean we're going to run into close. They literally were like, sir, they caught onto our algorithm. All right, inverse it. ENSC. Yeah. Flat. Cancer drugs. I mean, that's an M Creeks play too, I believe. All right. SPY. It's rejecting off the 200 right now. All right, let's see. Apple, is it going? Yeah. Damn. That thing is really going here. Whew. Apple getting jumpy here. 181.08. That's pretty sweet. No, Twitter. Sorry, maybe I can get your email from YouTube. Yeah, you can shoot my email. It should be just on my like profile page on about, or it's just shortthevix917 at gmail.com. Amy needs to join the rally. I mean, the market's not really rallying. The Apple's rallying just for whatever reason. Is there any news on it? Peloton, no, 1 hour ago, Peloton is struggling to compete with Apple, says analyst, and will only get worse. Uh-oh, Mark the Realtor. Uh-oh, buddy. Yeah, Peloton struggling. Yeah, Nvidia's coming down. That stinks. But, you know, win some, you lose some. Let's see here. All right, everybody. Amy, ENSC short interest. That's what you want? Yeah, I gotcha. Maybe we'll do a rant. Maybe that's what we'll have to do. Nothing. It's 6.78%, 85% utilization. Really high cost to borrow, though, on that thing. All right. Amy is just slowly coming down. I mean, this is kind of what we're going to look at today. The 50 is coming down. If it starts to move up, I think we're going to start to head lower today. It might test the 50, come back down, and just kind of bounce around. But let's see. I mean, power hour could get interesting. If this is going to be an inverse of the last couple of days that we saw where we kind of bled out in power hour, we could rip. But let's see. Peloton needs to pedal harder. Yeah. And especially with the SPY just kind of consolidating right now, it's might be a little bit of a red day on Amy. Nothing too crazy though. Check Neo. What's Neo doing? 0.65, pretty flat at 29, just kind of hanging out. I mean, I like Neo. If they can come to the US, I think they're gonna do well. But we're gonna have to see. Let's see. Like they're spreading. I think they're in Europe now. I think Neo is in Europe. Let's see. Grandpa Barney, thank you for the super. Just sold all my SNDL and bought another 100 AMC. Amy. Sheesh, man. Why'd you do that? Thank you so much for the super, though. Do you study fractals? Not really. My brain, I can't, it doesn't work. Like my brain doesn't, I don't think functions like that. Like I can't look at it and just be like, this is exactly what's happening at this time. And I can overlay it to other stuff. I mean, yesterday is very obvious that it was basically the same up until like 1 p.m. as Thursday. Basically the exact same on like all of the different time frames. Grandpa Barney is my spirit animal. Just dumped all my prog, feel crappy. Yeah, I mean, with those plays, here's the thing. That's why I don't put in any amount of money into those trades that I'm not fully willing to risk. Like I'm fully willing to risk the 200, 250 that I put into prog. If it rips, make some money. If it doesn't, I'm down a couple $100. That's kind of how I trade. It's like risk a little for the potential to make a lot. If it doesn't hit, it doesn't hit, and you can live to fight another day. Supposedly they have job postings on LinkedIn. Who has job postings on LinkedIn? Grandpa Barney is the hero we need but don't deserve. Very true. All right, let's see. We got some news here. Oh, Apple's on CNBC right now. That's why. They still pumping? Nah, it came down. So the CNBC pumps are a little interesting. So hold on. Let's see what else we got on the news. US condemns Myanmar's military December. Yeah. Uh-oh. That's not good. Yeah, SPY coming down a little bit here. Let's see. What if we are actually battling against AI instead of the hedgies? We are. We're battling against algos and prime brokers who decide to loan out a bunch of shares. That's what it is. The hedgies aren't like they're not sitting there like trading again. Like that's not what they do. Some of them might be, but like it would be so obvious that they're trying to manipulate it in terms of their trading records if anybody looked. So what it most likely is just these algorithms that the high frequency trading firms have and the prime brokers who are allowing these investment institutions like hedge funds to over leverage themselves on shorts. Now, naked shorting is not the fault of hedge funds ever. It's not. It's the fault of prime brokers, and that's Goldman, JP Morgan, Morgan Stanley, all of those big banks, because the hedge funds will be like, hey, I want to short this. Do you have the shares? And that's the locate requirement that they have to meet. And the prime broker will either say yes or no. If they say yes and they don't really have them, or they think they can get them, then it becomes a naked short. Daniel says AMC about to rip. That would be sweet. Yes, CNBC pump and dumps. I mean, CNBC pumps can be really, really good if there's like good news coming out and like somebody's really buying in a big amount. But like the Apple CNBC pump is not really playing out. So let's see what happens there. Nvidia is probably tanking. Yeah, it's the 50's kind of chilling out, but we're gonna need everything to really come back in the other direction on Nvidia to really have some fun. RSI pretty low on Amy. Let's take a look. 33.40. Yeah, very low. Sent one of the videos. Let me know what you think. Tyler, I will. Thank you. Short interest check on BFRI. Yes, you can. Absolutely. All right, let's see what it's at. I mean, this one was pretty heavily shorted at one point. 26.3% estimated. The exchange reported came out at 25. Cost to borrow very high, high utilization. This one has squeeze potential if it starts to get going. That's the thing. Like just because it has high short interest doesn't mean it's going to squeeze. It needs that buying pressure. And I don't think BFRI has a chain, so there's no real gamma that they have to worry about. But that's typically what we would see. It's like, yeah, they gotta like they have to get going in order to really see it squeeze. So there needs to be like an outside catalyst or a bunch of buyers coming in to like push the price up, and then the shorts start to cover. Let's see here. Should one be nervous if AMC shares are held by Morgan Stanley? No, you'll be fine. Apple played out for me, 65% in and out in 10 minutes. Jason, attaboy. Volume is dead today. Yeah, what is it now? 14 million. Very, very low volume recently. So here's what that does. It's going to increase the days to cover. When the days to cover goes up, it makes it more difficult for the shorts to go out. If we see these low volume days and the shorts decide that they want to get out of a position, well, we're going to see the price action get very aggressive. And I'm pretty happy that that option chain is back. Like at the end of the day, like, yeah, I do. I do see that when the market makers did that, like if they did buy to close a lot of those contracts, yeah, they would have been terrified. It's like, oh my God, what have we done? But now we still have the exposure on it. So like I think we're still in a great spot going into January. So these small price movements that we're seeing here, this little sell-off today at freaking 28, we're down 2%. Not a big deal in my mind. GME is up 2.58, doing solid over there. I understand pinning for max pain, but could they be also be trying to premium burn? Let's see, where is it? Premium burn before trying to buy back contracts before January. Yes, they easily could be doing that too, because it's going to always cost them less. And there's going to be less exposure to the institutions if they just buy it to close and take the loss. They're risking a little bit more when they hedge them. So it's taking the loss right away on the contract if the contracts are up and they're buying them back. Um, but hedging them is a little bit more risky. Geez, Grandpa Barney, man, you are going nuts on the supers today. Thank you, man. I really appreciate it. Because I knew it was the right thing, just needed the push over the cliff. I give super chats to show love, and I am a high voltage first responder and work 2,700 hours overtime. Dude, that is insane. Thanks, little brother. Grandpa Barney, man, thank you. You don't have to send all that in, man. You don't have to do that. Thank you very much. All right. I mean, today's a butterfly day on the SPY. If you hit a butterfly on the SPY, I mean, it's probably not the best, but because the premium's gonna be pretty well priced and it's usually pretty liquid. Um, SPY coming down right now. Amy coming down a little bit to 2806. We're at 2805. It is coming down a little bit. Nvidia selling off. Everything kind of moving down today. The SPY is still up 34 cents, but let's see what happens. GME flush. Yeah, GME just came down pretty hard. I mean, it's still up $2.40, down, up 1.62%. But everything is getting a little bit of selling volume right now. We're almost at a year. Yeah, people are expecting it to happen. Now, I mean, Ham, I get that you're upset, man. I get that you really want it to happen. But at the end of the day, what we got to think about is that the market doesn't care about us. It doesn't care. It's going to do what it's going to do in terms of what are the different metrics that it's seeing on a day-to-day basis. All right, so it's AMC just made a new low. The previous low was 2801. Now the new low is 28. So let's see if it bounces off of this. If it keeps coming down, I mean, it's going to keep coming down. We had the little inverse head and shoulders on the 1 minute, but again, we're still seeing on the longer term trends in the longer term technicals. It looks great. What the heck? I turned my volume on? That's pretty cool. We got more. All right, CDC pairs estimate of new variant in the US to 59% percent of cases from 73%. Okay. Then what do we got? Yeah, that's basically it. That might be why we're selling a little bit here. Because if the data right now is correct that it's not as bad and it's the highest, like if the new variant like isn't as bad and that the doctors and every research that's been done so far is correct and it's the most prevalent case in terms of like how many people are getting it, then that's bullish because then the other ones that are worse are not showing up as much. So that's why JP Morgan is like, yeah, yesterday was a bull trap. No. I mean, yesterday we went up like 0.5%. SPY is still green today, up 32 cents. So SPY's just having a little consolidation day right now. Nvidia's coming down 1.8%. That sucks, man. AEY, please, and Ortex. Yes, ma'am. Advantage Tech, 25% in the green right now. Ortex, let's see what happens over here. AEY. 1.7%. Not heavily shorted at all. Utilization very low. Cost to borrow low. Days to cover 3.12. Very, very low on that one. All right. Amy is bouncing off that new low right now. It is now at 28.11. The SPY's not doing a whole lot. Let's see what GME is doing here. I mean, it's up $2.09, up 1.41%. GME still having a solid day. Here's the thing, though. The 50's coming down. If we come up to the 50 and test it and we can't break, we're coming back down. What catalyst do we need? Earnings, we get crushed. Great ticket sales. We need, I think we should do, what do you call it? I think we're going to need to see like free cash flow profitability in terms of like a fundamental catalyst. But we're also going to need to see like utilization come higher. We're going to need to see cost to borrow go up. We're going to need to see days to cover go up and short interest go up. We need to see a couple of those different metrics really start to line up. But again, we already see like the options chain has typically been what starts the triggering of a little bit of a gamma. And when that happens, like we said earlier, you got to think about a gamma in terms of a sink in a faucet with only a certain amount of water that can come out. For a short squeeze, it's going to be more like really solid bursts of like high water pressure coming out into the sink. For gamma, it's just tiny, it's like slowly turning it on a little bit. So there's a little stream of water that's creating that backdrop of buying volume that's just going to stay there. Just got my $40 call for March 18, LFG. Jason, there you go, man. Hopefully it prints for you. I'm hoping. All right, so Amy's coming back up here, 28.22. SPY is having a little bit of trouble here. AUY is looking decent. How's Nvidia doing? Probably shit. Yeah, terrible. I mean, I still have the weekly. I think Nvidia could still do good, but I don't know. I'll hold it in tomorrow to see how it's gonna go. If not, it's fine. I was messing around with non-settled cash or settled cash. Catalyst we need, buy, hold, buy more. We can't just hold. Yeah. Let's see. FFIE Ortex. Yeah, I can get that for you. FFIE. What is this thing? Is this EV? Faraday Future Intelligent Electric. Interesting. 16%. Utilization 100%. Cost to borrow pretty high. Days to cover really high. Honestly, this one looks good. What's this? Is it going today? Honestly, this one's not that bad. FFIE. I mean, I like the data on it from Ortex. How's it been doing over the last really coming down? I mean, sometimes these companies get shorted for a reason. Interesting. SCV calling it now. Don't have money in the account to play this, but if you buy AMC $29 call for this week, it goes in the money today. Ryan, you did call that yesterday. I don't know, man. We could see it. We could see it. What's Nvidia doing? Bounce, bounce. Come on. FFIE needs volume. It's in the background. Interesting. Target is probably not 16% shorted. If it is, I'm 100% going to try to buy calls on Target. Nah, 2.26. Exchange reported came out yesterday at 2.19. Because there would be no reason for Target to be that shorted. That would be insane. That would be honestly insanity. Why is ISIG running? Oh, this thing's going nuclear. News. Short squeeze. Traders circulate a social media post highlighting the stock's short squeeze potential. Interesting. What's the Ortex on this thing? I mean, it's up 60% today. ISIG. What the exchange report? Oh, this is why. So yesterday, so people are attacking this. So yesterday, the exchange reported short interest on ISIG came out at 61%. Utilization really high. Cost to borrow really high. So people saw this, that it went from 2.36% shorted to 61% shorted. Absolutely insane. So then people started to pile in on it today, and they're squeezing out the shorts on this one. So people started buying in the pre-market. It started to go. Shorts started to cover. It's up 67% today. 200% short is insanity. That's the cost to borrow. Free float on ISIG is only 1 million. They shorted 600,000 shares on that thing. 565,000 shares short. That is insane. On TMI's channel, I called a drop of 2%, then a close up 5% on Amy. First part done. Let's see if part 2 happens, says Tabasco Dave. There you go, man. I'm hoping it does, though. The thing is, though, is that we're seeing this little downward channel on the SPY right now with lower lows and lower highs. So we're going to need to see some action out of the market. Same thing with Amy here to really get it going. We're probably going to test this 50 eventually, but we're going to need to see it really break through it. Like, look, we've already seen it start to happen. Test the 50, come down, starts to move up, comes down. So let's see if it gets a true test of the 50 and really comes up to it. But SPY's coming down now again. Let's see. If only 25K returned, then 500K still have to be returned. Yeah, I mean, it's going to be the have to settle. They borrowed another. I mean, the borrowed change is 3,000 shares on ISIG. So it's still this. It's basically the same. There's no difference. according to like Ortex data, but it doesn't have to operate like that. All right, SPY is coming down right now. I personally would not like when I have the settled cash. You guys see me trade all like SPY all the time. I'm not touching SPY today unless it everything really starts to bend down and we start to see it test. I'm not touching it. I still think SPY could bounce back up tomorrow. It's still in the green. It's very, very flat so far today. It is still up 20 cents. Amy is down 50 cents, down 1.74. GME is up $2.20, up 1.48. ISIG, what's the volume on this thing today? 20 million. That traded 20 times the float in a day. Percent turnover, though, 111%. Sorry, 1,100%. Sorry about that. EVgo, is EVgo ripping? No, EVgo, I don't know. I got burned a couple of times on EVgo on the infrastructure. Actually, no, I think I hit it once and then I was chasing it. Might chase EVgo or ISIG. Yeah, I mean, the problem is the turnover is so high today. Like it's like people are selling it. There's also a lot of shorts buying it though. That's the thing. Only time you ever see me with my head down is when I'm buying AMC. Life is good. So you're gonna smoke and have a good time. Caleb, there you go, man. All right. Yeah, overall market today just very, very slow. Not a whole lot going on. Yesterday was a lot. Oh, fucking Nvidia. Hey, my SPY contracts I think are still doing good. Maybe, maybe not. Let's see. My YOLOs, how are they doing? Still up 67% on both of them. 67 and 68% on both of them. Nvidias are struggling. So I don't know. Let's see. EVgo Ortex. Honestly, I might sell some of the SPY contracts and then buy the dip on these Nvidia contracts because I still like it going into the end of the week. Because I think if we start to see like a rebound in the market, which I think we can, like a flat day on the SPY after we crack all-time highs, like ooh, it just went negative. Interesting here. So the SPY is coming down off zero news right now. What's TLT doing here, people? Is TLT coming up? Not really. TLT is kind of in this downward trend today. So this is not a bond related move. So this is an interesting to see. What's up with Pfizer? Probably a little sell the news. So I was playing Pfizer before the announcement of their pill getting approved. It popped. It did decent. I was up a decent amount on them. I held them for a little bit too long. And then I just got out yesterday, I think. All right. Paris Hilton. What? Paris Hilton is talking about Roblox on CNBC. What is going on? How is what? Paris Hilton's a stock analyst now? Unless it's like a different Paris Hilton, which would be interesting. So ready to be debt free. I just wish I knew their game plan. I mean, how dumb can they be? Very dumb. Yeah, I mean, SPY's coming to Amy holding up honestly nicely with that SPY dump right there. 28.19 on AMC right now. GME up 1.5%. Pfizer getting hammered. They had a nice spike last week. Yeah, I hit that spike a little bit, but I just think it's a little bit of a selly the news situation. She was talking about NFTs a couple of weeks ago. Interesting. They were talking about the actual Hilton Hotel in Paris. No, they're not. So why does this news feed say it like that? Paris Hilton. Let's see. She follows you on Twitter? M. Kriegs, that's pretty cool. Bitcoin selling off. SPY coming back up. All right. Amy's looking like it wants to test this 50 right now. Let's see what happens here, people. They're talking about Snoopverse. Interesting. Yeah, so if you guys don't mind, just dropping some likes on the stream. It just helps. Let's get to 1K likes. That would be cool. MNMD Ortex. Isn't that like something MNMD? Mind medicine. Yeah, we can check that out for you. Yeah, nothing crazy on this Ortex. The exchange was 4.15%, the estimated 3.71%. So nothing crazy going on there. Amy looking to test this 50 at 28.33. So let's see what happens at that level. SPY is bouncing up a little here. Let's see. ISIG, is it going? All right, so ISIG is a squeeze play right now. But it has already made a 76% move. So careful. Look out below because if they were shorting it down here at 11, you know that they're going to be shorting the absolute bananas out of it at 20. So be careful. Can I update you? You haven't been here today. Yeah. So the option chain came back to life. So it was I must have been a Stonko tracker glitch. Um, so we didn't see anything too crazy going on. And then, huh? That's pretty much it. Like we're seeing the market kind of bounce around, do its thing, and then let's see. SPY bouncing here. ISIG is going. Yeah, I'm not touching this thing. Pretty much my entire portfolio is red. Can you make everything go up $5, please? Sorry, I cannot. I cannot do that. I wish I could for you, but I can't. SPY moving back up, trying to get back into its range, but the range is so tight. Like, it'll probably come up and test the 50. Same thing with Amy. Again, we tested we hit 28, and it bounces, kind of gets hit right off of it. So look out below. We might be in this little downtrend for a while on AMC today. Nothing really to be that worried about. That's just kind of where everything is moving. The SPY is trying to come up, but it is also selling off at the same time. Crypto dumping. What's Bitcoin doing? I had Bitcoin up earlier. Down 4.67%. I mean, it's bouncing up a little here. Super Trend's got the sell. MACD, yeah. I think BBIG is gearing up. It's starting to pick up volatility. Some big buy orders at 250. Oh, M Crease. That would be sweet. I want that BBIG pop. What's the volume on it today? 5.44 million. What's the float? 87. I mean, that's not bad. I mean, BBIG is good because like the float isn't too crazy. Like it's not a billion. It's not like 2 billion like SNDL. If we get 1,000 likes, STV, do something crazy. What should I do? I'm not showing you my ankles. You guys are weird. Let's see. Just got 100 at 5 a couple of weeks ago, maybe. On what? Are you talking about ISIG or Sandbox? JK, don't listen to me, NFA. Buy a put with the premium. Yeah. Sorry, guys. AMC is down because of me. I bought 17 more shares yesterday. Nah. You're good, buddy. Let's see. All right. Amy 2806. BBIG coming down. Everything's kind of selling off here. What is this? Yeah. So Amy, it needs to get above the 50 and start bending in the right direction. It's looking like it's going to keep testing it and coming down for a little while today. Tabasco Dave, thank you so much for the super. I really appreciate it, man. I play poker where I tipped my dealer on winning a big pot, made 75% off Disney earlier. So beer money for you. Tabasco Dave, thank you, man. I appreciate it. Agreed rant time for VIX. Oh, 1,000 likes and you buy 100 shares of AMC. We are not doing that. I'm not offering up likes, so I buy more shares. I feel like that's wrong and unethical and mean. Be like, oh, like my video and I'll buy more shares. Yeah, we're not doing that crap. But I also don't have enough settled cash in my account to buy 100 shares. So I have 5 cents settled. Is there a way to check if Anchorage Capital covered their AMC short position? They didn't have. Are you talking about the hedge fund that closed? They didn't have a short position on AMC. They had puts, which is very different though. And they initiated the puts in Q2. And I believe they sold them in Q3. So if they bought them before the June run up, no matter what they bought, their puts were hammered. They got busted on those puts. Kenny skips leg days because he's short on them too. That's funny. Just because there's only a certain amount of them, a lot lower float than most. Yeah, holding until they cover says the Subi sickness. Me too, man. All right, Amy trying to pop back up to the 50. Let's see. Let's see here, people. We're gonna need to see some action here. Oh, you know what I might get for lunch? I might get a pizza. I kind of want a pizza, like a nice blazed pizza. Oh, that sounds really good. Oh, I also have to call because I'm getting a haircut tomorrow. That's what I'm gonna do. I have to call the haircut place and schedule my haircut for tomorrow. I love that. I pick up 15 to 20K checks to give to the boss man, but then I only get 30% of that. Jeez, man, what kind of line of business are you in? Listen from my phone on the way to Chipotle and gave you a synthetic like. You're welcome. Not a hedge fund. Appreciate it, man. And other utility reasons. Oh, are you talking about Sandbox? Or who is? Yeah, Sandbox. Interesting. Ate pizza for breakfast. Interesting. I don't know. I feel like that's a bad move to eat pizza. Maybe I'll get like a sandwich, like a healthy sandwich. I stand by the $29 calls, printing in the money end of the day. Ryan, I'm with you too, man. I think we could easily see a little bit of a rally. We've kind of completed what we needed to. We just need to see that break of the 50. And the SPY, I mean, it's up 20 cents right now, not doing anything crazy, but Amy 2814. Time to short STV's Johnny Bravo hair. Yeah. Breakfast pizza for breakfast? That sounds great. Panera? Nah, there's no Panera over here. Do I own any Tesla? I do not. Um, Ryan, thank you so much for the super. I appreciate it, man. Help. I just opened a covered call when I went to buy a call. How do I fix this? Okay, so here's the thing. I cannot give you financial advice, but here's what we're going to do. In this scenario, what happens is if you make an oopsie and you fat finger, all you have to do is go to that contract and you have to think about how these contracts work. You sold to open, you have to buy to close. So what you would do is you have now collected premium in your account. Depending on how the stock is moving right now, the call is either going to be more in value, it's going to be a higher value, or it's going to be lower in value. So you actually might make a little bit of money on this oopsie. But what you have to do is you have to go in your, I don't know what broker you're on, but you should have a button that is going to that is going to be able to say buy to close on that position. If that is what you want to do, that is what you need to do. If you want to keep the covered call, which I don't think you do, then you would just keep it. But you would have to hit a buy to close, and then you would use the premium, maybe a little bit more, maybe a little bit less that you collected to buy to close that contract. So that happens sometimes. Like you fat finger it, and you're like, oh shoot, I just sold a covered call when I wanted to buy a call. So that's essentially what's going on there. I'm gonna sell my kidney for more AMC, says Philip. There you go. Vaccine developed by biological DVAX. Hold on. Hold on. We might have something here. Inavax. There it goes. Little approval. Yeah, rejected off the 50 again, people. So, I mean, this isn't like a end all be all. Like AMC, here's the thing. Like it had a low of 28, came up, tested, made a low at what is it? Wait, how's this 28? Yeah, and then what's this? Basically 28 again. And then it's coming back down here, 28.14. So it's a little double bottom here. We could see a little bit of a bounce here to cross over the 50. But let's see here. Let's see. Baby boom boom. I mean, that's what we're going to need, but we're coming down a little bit. Let's see what happens at 28. It's probably about we're going to find support if we're going to see it again. Mass sell-off. I mean, the SPY is still green slightly. It's up 0.01%, up 8 cents on the day. So a consolidation premium burn day on the SPY. YB normal. What's up, man? See a red now. Yeah, a lot of things are selling off. Buy a call at a longer date out. Same strike, make it a spread. Yeah, you could do that too. Or you could just buy to close. That's the easiest way to do it. Just buy to close. Dynavax coming down now. Ooh, interesting. Let's see what we want over here. How's the NVAX doing? Yeah, NVAX coming down now. Testing the 200. NVAX, that move, probably done. All right, hold on. What do we got here? Former Fed governor, White House. Hold on, we got something. White House aiming to finalize slate of Fed governors next week. Interesting. Freaked me out. Took a slight loss, but did not want to lose those shares. Ryan, yeah. It happens sometimes. You just got to be very careful when you're doing it. I've done it a few times. I fat finger stuff and it works, and sometimes it doesn't work. Somebody was asking me the other, I think it was last week. There was somebody who like accidentally sold like a bunch of covered calls, like a lot of them, and collected a lot of premium. And then the stock tanked and they were actually up a big amount, but they sold the covered call. They didn't do it. Their dog hit their phone or something. And I was like, dude. And I think he just let it expire. He's like, screw it. I'm going to ride it out. I was like, all right, man. Like, this is how you would do it if you wanted to get out, but I can't give you financial advice. It's like, if this happens and this is what you like, this is how you would do it if you wanted to, but like, I can't tell you to do it. All right, Amy testing. What's the 28, 24 right now is where the 50's at right now. It's just bouncing off of it and coming down. So let's see. Those types of oopsies are a good time to practice staying calm and be able to think logically. Going to be useful for when price is fluctuating thousands. Yeah, my dog ate my call options. That's funny. Spy pop. Got 40 more at 28.03. YB, there you go, man. Nice job. Elective surgery is non-life threatening. What is that? Every roof I do, I get 1,000 to 3,000 personal check. That's why roofs are so expensive, because Simply Smith is over here just raking it in on doing roofs. That's why Simply Smith is just jacking up the price over here. That's cool though. That's a lot of money for a roof. Crypto's looking kind of red today. Yeah. Yeah, we're probably going to come down for a little while longer unless we get a nice break of this 50 MA. I mean, the SPY is trying to move up here. All right, we just broke the 50 a little bit. Let's see if, I mean, we're going to need to see a lot more out of this to really confirm that it's going to reverse the trend. So we're going to need to see a lot of boom boom candles on AMC to really get it out of this downward trend right now. Like, it easily could come up here a little bit, bounce around, and then come right back down. But if it's really going to reverse this right now, it'll come up, break the 50, do the same thing that we're seeing up here, and then trend to the upward direction. But I mean, let's see. SPY is trying to move up here. Amy's at 28.25, down 1.53%. GME is up $1.84, up 1.24%. NVAX 162. Yeah. Oh, yep. Back down to the 50. It's right. It's trying to break. Bought a call right now. Oops. You guys and your oopsies. I'm still seeing value dividend stocks doing well going into the end of the year. Yeah, especially next year with rate hikes. All right, AMC could not stay over that 50 MA. Watch out for a little bit of a sell-off here, and then another test. Let's see. Roofs make it so I can provide for my family. Buy and hold AMC XXX at 36 average. There you go, Simply Smith. Is NVAX worth buying? NVAX already made its move. It hit a high of 175.99, so Laney was crushing it on those calls. But again, those moves, especially with those biotechs, don't last forever. They do come down eventually. So you're kind of playing. Sometimes in the stock market, when I'm holding options, I think it's like that crash game on like Roulette, where like it's just going, and you just got to figure out when you want to take it out before the rug gets pulled out from under you. Let's see here. AMC, get rich or die buying, says the Subi sickness. There you go. There you go. All right, let's see what we got over here. All I want to do is zoom, and boom, and name it. Yeah. Buy the 50 MA dip. It will recapture it. I absolutely think it will, but it's gonna need it. It's just been doing this for a while. The thing is usually what we would see if it's really going to come down is it'll test it, drop, make a new low, test it, drop, make a new low. And that's not what we're seeing. We're almost seeing like a little bit of a higher low coming into these 50 tests. So if it starts to hang on and we can start to break, I easily could see it really reversing this little downtrend that we've seen today. But again, here's the thing. We had this fear candle today. This is the same thing that we saw like last week at one point where we were having a great time. And then all of a sudden the market, the SPY, everything just went fear candle right down and killed the momentum. So we're going to need to see a lot of that momentum and that buying volume come back in order for us to really like just nullify this bullshit right here. Simply Smith, Ted Mouse, SCV. Here's some money for a charger. Thank you, man. Actually, no, it's right here. The mouse is good right now. I charged it last night. Any plans to stream with TMI and Keenan? We could do one of those this weekend on Sunday. I think we could do that. I'm going to try to set up some Sunday night streams with a bunch of people coming on. Let's see. Rhode Island in the building. Where's he at? Or are you from Rhode Island? AMC, hold up. Yeah, it's coming down a little bit here. If it bounces right here, I would say it's going to cross the 50 and start going within the next 30. SPY's coming down right now. Uh-oh. Yeah, so this is kind of what we're seeing. Like, we can't really do much. Like, it's the 50 MAs coming down. We're seeing the test of it. It's going to keep coming down until it wants to break through and reverse. That's really what we're looking at. You can't expect retailers continuously buy billions of fake shares, do you? Yes. I accidentally bought 20,000 shares instead of 20. Oops. Oh boy. AMC. Oh, here we go. AMC is a joke. Straight up law. Worst long-term investment by far, says Corey. Corey, aren't you bullish on AMC? What is your deal? AMC's up like 1,100% this year. Are we in the? I feel like Corey's in here usually like being positive, unless I'm thinking of a different one. Corey, what's up, man? You doing all right? We're down 1.81% on the day. Mark the realtor, what's up, my man? Yeah, AVCT could be. Oops, that's the wrong one. Uh, could be a decent dip buy here. I mean, Sam's been crushing it on AVCT, I believe. What do you call it? What's the on the 3 month? I mean, it's been going. It runs up to. I mean, it looks like it has a little room to come down, but I don't know. This could be a decent buy if it starts to settle down a little bit. I mean, I know Sam's been going crazy on those calls. Is it a good buy-in point for BFRI? It's down 20%, 80% short interest. BFRI short interest is not 80%. BFRI short interest is 26.3. It's still decent. The utilization is up there. The cost of borrow is very high. I mean, yeah, it could still go, but again, with the volatile moves, there's going to be some delays in some of that Ortex data, so you might kind of get screwed on it. So all of a sudden, like shorts could have gotten out of it, and you're still going to see that there's high short interest when in reality there may not be. I mean, we did get the exchange reported numbers yesterday, but that's from December 15th. That's 2 weeks ago. Amy, another test of the 50, couldn't do it, coming back down. SPY, not really doing a whole lot right now. What's up, Vix? Good morning. What's up, people? Just joined. I saw it was Market Maker Meltdown. Can I get a catch up on what I've missed? So we were going to be going more over what was happening with the option chain and how the market makers were freaking out. But again, I guess it was a little Stonko tracker glitch that was coming through yesterday that 100 the options are back. So unless something really weird happened, the market makers still have that exposure on their on what they have if they haven't hedged them. So they're kind of screwed right now. Let's see. AMC is correlated with the Russell. Yes, because it's in the Russell. It's the number one holding of the Russell 2000. Let's see here. All right. SPY's trying to move a little bit. It's not doing a whole lot. Let's see. Yeah, it's very, very slow right now. Mr. Leo, thank you so much for that super. I appreciate it, man. Do you think it's possible to break even on my $30 calls for 12/31? Is it possible? Absolutely. Do I know for sure? No, I have no idea. With the inverse head and shoulders that we have on Amy, yeah, I would expect the next couple of days to be good. And especially with the overall like market Santa rally that we could be seeing. I mean, we're up 24 cents right now on the SPY after a crank day yesterday. So it is showing a lot of strength. So we easily could see it come up tomorrow, but weekly calls on AMC, gamble. So you got it. Whatever money you have in that play right now, you have to be fully willing to lose because it's entirely possible that those go to zero. So you just got to be careful, Mr. Leo. Let's see. The total amount of shilling going on between Twitter and here has made me very, very bullish. I don't know why they're shilling. They're like people who have no idea what they're talking about, who think they know what they're talking about, are trying to shill. It's like, shut up. You have no idea what you're doing. It's like, sit down, kid. Let the big boys talk. Like, and I'm not saying I'm one of them. Like, I know I'd say like a little bit more than like the average person who's like deeply into the stock market. But like once you get to like a certain point, you can easily be able to just be like, oh yeah, what this person just said right now is complete and utter horseshit, and that's just wrong. which is where I want everybody to get to. Like that's kind of like the point of like everything we do here. Like remember, like I freak out and I get pissed when like we see everybody being like, "Oh my god, these institutions are shorting," when it's just puts. Or like Ken Griffin house arrest. I'm like, guys, we all I want everybody to be able to get to the point where it's like, okay, you look at information and you're like, cool, what actually is it though? And do your own research into it and be like, does this make logical sense or does it not make logical sense? All right, Amy is trying to come up to that 50 again. Let's see if it tests it and comes up. Spy is doing the same exact thing. Let's see. Put your sweaters on. It's chilly out. Yeah. Boom Booms at noon says not a hedge fund. Might be. Vix, thank you, my guy. Off to the gym. Let's go AMC. Jason, good luck, man. Have fun. I'm gonna try to go to the gym tonight too. I've been to the gym in forever. I feel like a little weak boy. It's terrible because I've been like school and streaming and videos all the time. I just haven't had time. Like it sucks. I love the gym. I miss it. I'm gonna try to go today. Interesting that Bitcoin is dumping again. Same old song and dance over there too. Yeah. Do you think algorithmic trading shouldn't be allowed in the market? No, I don't know. The problem is that you're limiting your I'm kind of torn on it because yes, algos are a really good way to you can protect like the market with algos. Like that's kind of what they do. Like the market makers are using algos to and like computer trading systems to make sure that they're hedged and the exposure and is in check and provide liquidity to markets. But the problem is that you can with like Spider-Man with great power comes great responsibility. Like you can easily ping pong these shares back and forth to each other in high frequency trade, latency arbitrage, and limit price discovery. So that's the problem. It's like, yes, you should be able to use those types of algorithms and computer trading to make money in the market. But if it's going to adversely affect others and cause like manipulation, it like limit how market should function, then no, like you can't use it like that. Simply Smith, thank you for the super. I appreciate it, man. I buy AMC with leftover. I buy Prague and BBIG. There you go. Who's this Jim you speak of, STV? I don't know. Who's Jim? Kramer? What's your streaming schedule for the week? So I typically go from 8:30 to about right now. And then I come back on at 2. Or no, 1:30. Actually, I come back on at 1:30. So that's what we do. All right, here we go. Amy just broke the 50, and I actually did it with a decent amount of momentum. The problem is that this is right around where the previous like highs of these past candles have been. So we're gonna need to see a little bit more. The SPY is starting to come up now. Bing bong, the price is wrong. 100%. Are you Spider-Man? Yes. The ETF meme, they can short AMC through that, and the Russell and AMC itself. Yes. Yeah, they can get synthetic short interest on those. Let's see. Also, guys, so that is going to wrap up the morning stream. If you guys don't mind on the way out, just dropping some likes on the stream. It just helps out with the algo. If you guys want to come back, I will be on at 1:30 p.m. Eastern later in the day. And here's what we're going to do right now. We are going to transfer over to TMI stream. Here you go. I'm spamming the link in the chat. Head over there. I'm probably going to pop in there for a little bit as well. I gotta schedule a haircut, gotta make some phone calls, and then I'll come over there and hang out. Then we'll be back on live at 1:30. So thank you guys for showing all that support today in the stream. Again, if you guys don't mind on the way out, just dropping some likes on the stream just helps out. But make sure you guys go over to TMI, hang out. I'll be over there in a little bit. Peace, guys. Let's get some boom boom candles here. We are breaking some of these trends right here. The SPY is moving up. It could look real good going into the end of the day. Let's see what happens. Later, people.